this link, don't register again. Okay. So talk about how to register in LMS. Okay. And
hello, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, I'm a faculty of automation and robotics. So I asked about the certificate. I'm eligible or not?
Shashank, you want to talk about that? We have a participant from automation.
Good morning.
Automation. Sir, can you repeat your question, sir?
So MTech, automation and robotics, and I'm also faculty automation and robotics.
Hello, sir.
Yes, Aswatan, we can take him because it's an integration of multiple branches, robotics, electronics, and all these things. We can have
Yes.
sir on board.
Sure. Thank you, Shashank. Thank you so much for that.
Good morning.
Now, yeah, maybe I'll take your question after LMS. Is that fine, all of you?
I'll just have a quick query because I'm also from pharmacy background. I'm working here as an assistant professor in Department of Pharmacology. So can that make me like ineligible for this particular program?
No, ma'am. We are sorry that we cannot continue with the pharmacy. We are only focusing on engineering faculty and those faculty related to the circuit branches. Computer science, robotics, electronics, electrical, IT, data science, AML, IoT.
Okay.
Hello, sir. Same for me. I am from engineering, but I am teaching mathematics. Am I eligible?
Shashank, you want to answer that question?
Mathematics.
Yes, mathematics.
Good morning, sir.
I'll get back to you, sir, for mathematics.
Okay, sir. No problem. Yes. Thank you, sir.
So again,
Good morning,
just
sir.
to, I know a lot of people may have this confusion, like, am I eligible? We just one question. Yeah, maybe wait. So maybe what you can do, irrespective of your department, if you feel like this is your part of your curriculum, and if you're learning this, and if you feel like my student is also having the same curriculum, and if you're going to teach them, then I would say like, okay, this is going to be like you are eligible. Is that fine, Shashank?
Yes.
Yeah. So if this is part of your curriculum, and if you're going to teach your student also in the same topic, then you are eligible for that. If you feel like, no, you don't have this part of your curriculum and you are not going to teach your student, then it may not be a suitable program for you. Now I would like to share my screen and I'll start the discussion on LMS. So please pay attention for next 10 minutes. Understand, I know like most of you have already registered, but still few people have some queries on registration. So we'll talk about the registration for next 10 minutes. Okay. So I'm going to share my screen. And I already mentioned the link in the WhatsApp, in the WhatsApp group as well as in the chat box. So once you click this link, I'm sorry. Once you click this link, you will be diverted or directed to this particular page, to this particular interface. I hope like my screen is visible to all of you. And so don't click this register button here. If you click the register button, then you will be getting here some like 404 error. So please scroll down. Okay, no need to click in the registration tab. Scroll down. There will be a very basic questions, basic questions about you, about your address, email address, phone number, gender, etc. And also some questions related to your college, like where are you working, where is your college, like college name, your PIN code, etc. Your education qualification, designation, and your experience. Very basic questions. And once you fill that, if you scroll down, you can also see baseline impact. Okay, so baseline impact is basically so we do this baseline impact in the beginning of the training program and end line impact at the end of the training program, just to understand the impact of our training program. Okay, so you will be doing this baseline in the beginning, and also when you complete the training program, you will get a similar set of question also. again, I'm telling you, like this is just to understand or see our impact of the training program. So you have to fill all this basic information and the baseline impact. Once you're done with that, you have to click submit. So once you submit, it will be get submitted. And I'll tell you like how to log in. But when you're filling this, maybe I'll just do a random. I'm just doing a random. I mean, fill some of the random questions. Okay.
So kindly send link again.
Yes, I'll do that, sir. I'll do that, sir. Just give me a second, sir. So if you see, I have filled some of the information and I also missed a lot of information. When I submit this, it will not get submitted. Okay. Why? Because now it is showing a lot of things are in red in color. It means this red colors are I have not filled. There are a lot of green color also you can see. This green color is basically I have filled this information. So now what I have to do, if it is not getting submitted, please scroll up once again and just ensure all these are available in green color. If you see any red in color, it means you have not filled that information. Please fill that information and then come again, come down, scroll down and submit it. This is the only thing I feel like your submit button will not work when you have not filled all the information. If you feel you have filled all this information, but still you're not able to submit it, I would request you can also again, you can close the link and start from the beginning once again. But already, as I mentioned already, almost like 500 people have already registered in the LMS. So it is working actually. If it is not working for you, then you need to try again or kindly check all these informations are filled or not. So this is the registration process. So since like people are asking about the this thing, the link, I will also put the link once again in the chat box. Okay.
Saswatan, hi, just to say a few things. So all the faculty members who are from engineering circuit branches, they all are eligible for this FDP. No faculty is eligible from pharmacy, mathematics, or any other from circuit branches. But see, the FDP is open. If you're interested and if you want to attend this FDP, you can continue with this FDP. But you are not eligible for this program.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much for this clarity, Shashank. So again, participant, I hope you got the clarity how to do the registration. Now I know, as I mentioned earlier, 500 plus participants have already registered in the LMS. Now they may need to know how do I log in into the LMS, right? I know like you have this question. I know like you now you may like wondering how to mark my attendance in the LMS. So now I would request all the participants to focus on the session now. No need. Yeah. Focus on the session now. Again, we will be around 11:30. We will talk about the LMS. During 11:30, we will also tell you how to mark the attendance in the LMS. So now what you have to do, you have to register in the LMS. I know a lot of people are also yet to register. So I kindly request all the participants to register. Again, 11:30, we will talk about how to do the, wait. In around 11:30, we will talk how to mark my attendance in the LMS or how to log in into the LMS. That we will discuss at 11:30. Okay. So now I hope like all of you understand how to do the registration, and I hope like some of you are already doing the registration now. Please close the registration before 11:30, and at 11:30 we will discuss how to use the LMS to mark my attendance or how to use my LMS to download my to access the study materials. That we will discuss at 11:30. So now I take this opportunity to introduce my technical training team. So this technical training team is going to lead this training program for the next 5 days, and we call them as a subject matter expert or master trainer. And now I take this opportunity to introduce one by one. Now I would like to introduce Shashank. Shashank is the leading our training team, and he is also a subject matter expert in our team. And I kindly request Shashank to introduce himself. Hi, Shashank. Welcome to this program.
Hello, everyone. A very good morning. A very chilly good morning to everyone who are from North India. So I welcome you all, and I welcome all the faculty members. My name is Shashank Shekhar, and I'm working as a SME and manager here for the technical team. And I welcome you all for this training program for the next 5 days. I hope you will have a great learning experience in the next 5 days on cloud computing and data analytics. And a few things that Saswatin is also keep reminding you guys that please be on mute during the whole session. You will be allowed to to share your thoughts, to share your feedbacks, to share your queries also. And in the next 5 days, please be active participants actually, and do share regarding your things, regarding your queries. We'll have a great learning experience. We'll be working on cloud, we'll be working on data analytics, Power BI, and I hope you will have a great learning experience in the next 5 days. Thank you, everyone. Welcome to the FDP.
Thank you, Shashank. Thank you so much. And along with Shashank, we also have two master trainers who is going to lead this training program for the next 5 days. And I take this opportunity to introduce them. And I have like Helvin here. Helvin, I kindly request you to say hi to these people and also introduce yourself, Helvin.
Thank you, Shashank. Good morning, all. So myself, Helvin. I'm currently working as master trainer with EduNet Foundation. So I'm also excited to see a huge number of participants here. So I appreciate all of you for joining on time, because by the time I joined, I already saw like 300 plus participants. So yeah, so over the past 5 years, I was fortunate to train thousands of students and help them to explore the field of IT. So I take this opportunity as a honor to interact with you all. So the coming 5 days, we will be discussing a lot of things. So I hope it will be enjoyable and both productive at the same time. So thank you all.
Thank you, Helvin. And also just to, as mentioned by Helvin, I also would like to give a big round of applause to all of you, because like when I joined at 9:20, I can see like almost like 200 participants already joined. Around like 9:30, almost like 400 to 500 people have joined. So it shows the commitment, the punctuality you have. So big applause to all of you. Now I take this opportunity to introduce my team member or the master trainers, Natesh and Rajan. Natesh and Rajan, I kindly request you to introduce yourself.
Hi all, good morning. This is Natesh and Rajan. So I've been working as master trainer at EduNet Foundation. So it's very happy to see a very overwhelming response from the faculty members. I could see more than 600 participants are here. So I hope that this learning journey is going to be very beneficial for you, and it is going to be beneficial for your students as well. So I welcome you all. Thank you.
Sure, sure. Thank you so much for introducing yourself, Natation, and thanks to all the subject matter manager, subject matter expert manager, as well as the master trainers to introduce yourself. And now I'm handing over the session to the master trainers and participants. Please pay attention so that like you can clarify your questions, or you will not have so much of clarification also, because like it would be very difficult to clarify your questions individually after the session. So I kindly request all of you to pay attention. And with this, like I'm handing over the session to Shashank, Helvin, and Natation.
Thank you, Shashank. Yeah. Yeah, dear faculties, I can see a lot of queries are there in the chat box. We will be addressing them. Don't worry. So as Shashank said, yeah, we are concentrating on technical branches, but yeah, if you are interested, yes, you can attend the FTP. Yeah. So first thing, I'm just sharing the links here in the chat box. Okay, these are few softwares we would like to have in your system. Okay, so that you can also do along with us. So take your time and install it, but because the next 1 hour we will be talking some theoretical aspects of cloud computing. Then later we will be going on hands-on. So the first thing I want you to do, we need a Outlook email ID from all of you. Okay, so it's no need to be the email ID you registered in your LMS, nothing. Okay, we don't want your Gmail or we don't want your institution ID. We want Outlook ID. Okay, so if you don't, I think if you're already informed about this thing, if you are not, just go take 5 minutes and you can create a Outlook ID. Okay, I mean, whenever we are discussing parallelly, you can create a Outlook ID. It will take like 2-3 minutes only. So create a Outlook ID and share it in the chat box. So meanwhile, I expect others not to post anything else in the chat box. Okay. So before the break, we go for a break around 11 o'clock. Again, Shashodan will be joining. He will be addressing your queries regarding this one, LMS, everything. Okay. So please create an Outlook ID and share it in the chat box. Okay. Why we need? Yes.
Yes, hi. Hi, Helvin.
Yeah.
Yes, for the faculty members, just to clear all this thing that we will use the Outlook email ID for giving the cloud subscription. Apart from outlook.com domain, no other email ID would be accepted. No Hotmail, no Gmail, no personal college institution ID. We will use only Outlook email ID. So see, all the faculty members, I request you to please, I have shared one link in the chat box. All of you are requested to kindly click on that link, create your Outlook email ID, and please share the email ID in the chat box. We will sequentially start giving the cloud subscription to all the faculty members. And by that time, please do not share anything on the in the chat box related to LMS, related to any other thing. Please keep posting your outlook.com email ID so that we can start giving you the subscription for the cloud. Thank you, everyone.
So I hope that is clear for all. We need only outlook.com domain. Okay, so we don't need anything else. So I can see some of you are sharing your Gmail ID, and please don't do that, because it is for giving you the assured subscription. Okay, so that will work out only with Outlook. Okay, so our team is working while I explain you the concepts. We are giving you subscription in the backend. Okay, so once in a while they will give you the verification. Okay, who all already given subscription, so and so things. Okay, so meanwhile, if you want to discuss about anything, just unmute and talk. Okay, no issues. Yeah. So we're already late. So I think without wasting further time, we can start with session. So give me 1 second. I'll be sharing my screen. Yeah. So can anybody tell me what is your understanding about cloud computing? What do you mean by cloud computing? Yeah, you can unmute and speak.
Hello, sir. Am I audible?
Yes, yes, you are audible, sir.
Sir, actually, as a part of Internet of Things, what I've studied is whatever data that we sense from the edge side through some particular gateway, we get it on cloud in order to have it over a broad area. Okay, or like different what we can say servers at the end can have it and service it accordingly. So there may be different stages of computing. We can do it on the input side only, or we can do it on the cloud side. So having it at the cloud side means where we are storing the data, we are translating the data, we are processing the data. So there are so many of the operations that we can do on the cloud end, and that cumulatively we can say as a cloud computing.
Yeah. So as you said, storage of data and accessing computing services through the internet. Yeah. So that is the basic idea of I would say cloud computing. Okay. So I'll just share my screen.
Sir, can I?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Please tell me.
Yeah, good morning, sir. The thing is that cloud on-demand availability of resources. The thing is that we can share the resources, like accessing data center, like means we can access the resources by multiple locations.
Yes, yes, absolutely, absolutely. So on demand, okay, that is a keyword. Yeah, that's exactly correct, ma'am. So on demand services, we can access storage, we can access data centers, we can access a lot of resources over the internet. So that is a basic idea. So thank you for your responses. Just sharing, just verify if we can see my screen. Hope my screen is visible, right? Yeah. So just like ma'am said, it is nothing but on-demand delivery of computing resources. Okay, so over the internet. So you don't have to have the hardware with you in your physical location, but instead you can get access to whatever hardware features you want, whatever services you want. It can be servers, storage, databases, networking, softwares, anything. So even you can have AI over the cloud, or you can have machine learning over the cloud. So you can access them just with the help of internet. And also the interesting thing, it is on demand. Whenever you need, you can just get it, and you need to pay as you go. Okay, pay as your use basis. Okay, so this eliminates lot of headaches. Okay, lot of things that usually happen in the background when you're trying to set up something, or when you're starting a business, or when you're starting a company, so and so. So you need to purchase items, you have to configure, you have to manage resources, so many things you have to do in a traditional method. But whereas in cloud, you can just focus on your goal rather than setting up all this environment stuff. Okay, so why somebody should go for cloud computing? So that is a first question, right? So let's take an example. Okay, so take a scenario like this. Okay, there is a small software development firm. Okay, so they were getting good business and they want to expand their business. Okay, because they're getting so many users day per day. So initially they had a limited infrastructure setup. So they want to expand it. They have to upgrade it into a better configuration, a better infrastructure setup. So usually, if you buy things and set up, it is going to have so many constraints. Okay, time consuming and the cost factor of it, and you need more physical space, and you need power according to that, and you need a cooling system. You know that every system, every computer generate heat, especially there's a lot of servers, data centers and all, they have dedicated cooling setup to make that is efficiently working without generating much. uh, yes, anybody have any query? If not, I kindly request all of you to mute, because you know we are approximately around 700 participants. Okay, yeah. So yeah, so that is the idea, and also you need staff to maintain this setup. And sometimes what happened, we may purchase more than what we needed, and which will end up in less utilization. Okay, we always go for optimal utilization. I mean, the best utilization, the best case scenario. But sometimes what happens, we purchase more and we may not even need to use that all of that resources we procured. So that is also a waste of money, a waste of resources. And also we will be troubleshooting, we will be putting a lot of effort to maintain our infrastructure rather than focusing on the business goal. Okay, so it's just like a headache from the side of the enterprise to do all these things. So if you're taking about the small development firm, instead of working on the day-to-day target, they must be spending a sufficient time on setting up their infrastructure and maintaining it. So that is not what we expect. On the other hand, you can think of another situation. Imagine like a college website, or a college web server, or university web server. So what happens on a daily basis? Maybe 100 to 1,000 people might be visiting that web server. But on the day of the result publication, or on the day of that admissions, there will be a lot of people coming to that particular server. And sometimes what happens, the server will be down. So what is the solution in such case? So maybe my server is occupied with 32 GB RAM and 100 GB hard disk, so and so. So I cannot just upgrade it into what we 64 GB RAM all of a sudden, because only in few days I'm getting so much traffic to my server. All other days it is just normal. So once maybe like 4 or 5 days in a year, it could be overcrowded. Okay, so many people might be visiting. For only for the 4 days, I cannot afford a lot of new infrastructure. So it's not practically not possible. So cloud computing comes up as an easy solution for such many scenarios. Okay, so you can think of such many scenarios where you cannot predict what would be the traffic, or you may not have the same traffic throughout. Okay, consistent traffic throughout. So how this cloud computing plays a role there. Okay, so you can see that the solution for all these issues is going to be cloud computing. So you don't have to buy new resources, I mean hardware resources, and also you get global accessibility. What do you mean by accessibility? See, if I have a computer with me in my home, it is accessible only from my home or in that particular geographical region. Okay, the access is very limited. So on the other side, if you're getting a cloud service, you can access it from anywhere around the globe, looking various types of devices. You can access it from a mobile phone or a laptop or a desktop or any tablet, anything. So it wide variety of accessibility is given by your cloud computing. and ready to use setup. So this you okay, next session once we start practical, you will see that okay, it's very easy. See, few settings you have to do, one click, that's it. Your deployment is done. You're getting a computing resources in your hand. So it is very ready to use setup. You don't have to go deep into it and worry about how it is working, nothing. So you just have to do things at the top layer, and you can just use it as you go. Okay. And availability. See, maintaining a traditional server, keeping it up all the time requires a lot of dedication to it. Okay, you have to make sure the power is always there, backup is there, and data backup is there, and internet connection is not disturbed. So many things. So available means how much time it is available for the user, or is there any uptime? So cloud is always known for its availability, because due to various features available in cloud resources, it will be always available regardless of the traffic, regardless of the situation. Very rarely we can say there will be a downtime, otherwise always it will be up. Okay. And pay as you go. So pay as you go, like however you use, you have to pay only for that. It's like a subscription basis. So in our homes we have broadband connection, or we have the mobile data. So how do we go with it? We pay as we use. Okay, so if it's a postpaid connection, you know that you will getting a particular plan, and if you're exceeding how much you exceeded, based on that only you have to pay. Or same like how we earlier days, how we used to have telephone plans and all, the same idea. Yeah. So cloud also, it's like, okay, for this month I am getting only 1,000 visitors. So only for that I need to run that computing device in the background. So only that much traffic I need to handle. So for only that much resources I need to pay. Okay. So when that utilization increases, we need to pay more. And when there is a very less utilization, we need to pay less. So pay as you go. Okay. So that is the best thing about this cloud computing. And fault tolerance. So we already said that it will be always available. So even if you are getting a virtual machine or server through the cloud, even if that is down, we will always have a backup setup there. Okay, so that means there are very less chances you will end up with a faulty machine. Your cloud service provider will always take care of it in a very good sense. Okay. So in a nutshell, we can say that cloud will increase the efficiency, also flexibility, also cost effectiveness of your institution or firm. Okay, that is a basic idea why we would go with cloud. So yeah, in this slide you can again see some of these benefits. Okay, we just zoom in. You can see there are so many benefits. So this infographics is telling like few of the things. Okay, flexibility, disaster recovery, automatic software update, and pay as you go, increased collaboration. Okay, so many things. Security aspect of it is very important. We will be discussing it in the coming slides also. If you are maintaining something in your own physical setup, in your own if you are maintaining the hardware by yourself, then there are many challenges you need to address. But if you come to cloud computing, all these things are taken care by your cloud service provider. Okay. So we'll be discussing it in detail. Don't worry. So some of the benefits we call one is scalability. Can anybody tell me what is the meaning of scalability, or what is your understanding about scalability?
To add more number of users, sir?
Yes. To add. Yeah. Tell me, ma'am.
Hello.
Anybody else? Yes.
Increasing
Basically,
users.
Means we can increase or decrease the number of resources whenever you need or not needed.
Yes, to expand the scale of usability of any product or any software or any tool.
Okay.
As per the requirement, we can increase or decrease the number of resources what we required in terms of either hardware or software.
Okay. So yeah, I will take all your answers. So increasing users, increasing resources. Okay. So scalability. Yeah, scalability basically meaning that idea of increasing, idea of expanding. When you need to accommodate more people or when you need more resources. Okay, it's think of a simple situation. So you must be using a laptop with the 4 GB RAM. So initial days it might be enough. Okay, later you need to install more software things and all. So what you do, you will upgrade your laptop into a better configuration. Okay, you have some choices there. You may increase RAM of your that existing laptop, or you might buy another laptop. Okay, so you are doing that upgrading by yourself to uh, facilitate your needs. Okay, the same way, sometimes our server, we need to increase the capacity of the server in terms of RAM, in terms of storage, in terms of bandwidth, anything. Okay, so just to accommodate more uses, just to accommodate more data, or just to accommodate whatever it is. Okay, so that thing, that expanding is usually we referred as scalability. Okay, so yeah, sometimes we do the opposite also, we reduce also. So that also can be mentioned, but yeah, in generally we always think of that up manner. Okay, scale up. Okay, scalability of referring as the scale up manner. That means increasing that uh, capacity of our computing resource. Okay, or any cloud resource. So usually there are different types of scaling and all. I'm not going to going into that, but the basic idea is increasing that capacity. Okay, so cost efficiency we already discussed. See, it's not possible. Imagine you're starting a development firm, so it's not possible to buy everyone a MacBook, or it's not possible to buy everyone with a good high configuration machine, because it's a costing lot in the beginning itself. Okay, so need lot of investment. So nowadays, what the startups do, they will buy a normal terminal, very simple setup with a small CPU and screen and input output devices. And the actual high performing computing resource they'll be getting through the cloud. Okay, so what is the advantage? After 1 month, if I am closing my office also, or if I am doing some adjustments also, I can do it in the cloud. Okay, I don't have to do it in the ground actually. So it's get me a lot of cost efficiency in setting up my environment. Okay, so accessibility we already discussed. Okay, it can be accessed regardless of the region and also regardless of that devices. Okay, so it's give you so much multiple options to access your resources. And reliability and redundancy. Okay, reliability means the trust factor. Okay, how can I trust it? Okay, how long this machine will be up, or how long my data will be secure, or will it face any issues? Okay, whether it will be not accessible at times. Okay, midnight you cannot access it. No, not like that. So it will be available 24/7. So you can rely on it, because your cloud service provider will always have some setup running in the background. Even though your actual machine is having some issue, they will always get a backup mechanism. Okay, for that backup mechanism, we commonly call redundancy. Okay, redundant means like duplication. So redundancy is commonly considered as a negative thing in databases and stuff. But here the meaning is like having multiple copies. Okay, so what is the advantage of having multiple copies? So there will be another person to take care if one person is not there. So it's like a group work. So redundancy in cloud is a good positive aspect. So if you can redundant your resources, okay, you will get more reliable on it. It will be always accessible. Okay, so the basic idea is that. Okay, so these are some benefits of cloud computing. Not limited to this. Okay, there are so many other things. Yeah, but these are the some basic benefits of cloud computing. Yeah. So any doubts, anybody? I hope it's clear. So I will quickly cover these theoretical portions. Okay, so then we can go with the hands-on sessions. Okay. So next, I would like to talk about virtualization. Okay, some of you might have already heard about virtualization. Some of you might have already used it in your systems, like Oracle, VirtualBox is there, and many other softwares are there which helping us to run another operating system in your computer. Windows PC itself, we can run Linux and all. But here broadly, what is the idea of virtualization means? It is a technology that allows you to create multiple simulated environments or dedicated resources from a single physical hardware system. So this is the heart. Okay, this is a core concept of modern cloud computing. Okay. So when I get a computer resource, I would like to, yeah, please keep yourself on mute. When you want to talk, you can unmute and talk. I request all of you to mute yourself. Yeah. So what happens here, basically underlying infrastructure, there could be only one hardware resource, but that could be used by multiple users. For the each user, it will feel like, okay, I'm getting a dedicated computer for myself. Okay, so that means this is a technology using which we can share the hardware resources to multiple users, where each user will feel, okay, I'm getting a full-fledged computer. Okay, so when I am okay, let's take a simple example. When I use my Google Drive 15 GB, I feel that, okay, I'm getting a 15 GB hardware hard disk from that Google Drive. But in the reality, okay, so my Google Drive, your Google Drive, all of them could be in actually on a single hard drive. We never know. Okay, we never feel so. Okay, so it can be on a single hard drive in a single data center. Okay, in a physical location. We never know. So do you think like Google actually have 15 GB, 15 GB, 15 GB hard disk for each of them, each of the person? No. So what Google do? Google do a concept called virtual hard disk. So a big hard disk will be divided into slots of 15 GB, and it will be allocated for each user. The user get complete accessibility, complete privilege over that 15 GB. Okay, so this is the idea of virtualization. It not only for storage, it can be done for any computing resource. So basically, if you look at this graphics, you can see that how the traditional system work. Okay, if I want to host a mailing service, I will be getting a dedicated CPU for that. Okay, so it might be using only 30% of my CPU. Okay, in terms of the resources. And if I want to host a website, I would be getting another CPU, another complete full server for that. Okay, and other legacy apps, the normal softwares, everything, I may need to use another particular system. So this is how traditional system work. A simple example, if you go check your computer task manager right now, how much will be the CPU utilization? It will be like less than 10%, I would say. RAM would be like, I don't know, 50 to 60%. Okay, so there is nobody is completely utilizing it at all the point in time, right? So the traditional system is not really cost efficient or not really optimized. So what the virtual system do, in the same computer itself, we can accommodate multiple services with the help of this technology called virtualization. Same hardware will be divided into slices, and it will be allocated for different activities or different uses. Okay, so in this approach, we actually get proper isolation between these different entities. It's not like just because mine and your storage in the same physical disk, I can access yours or something like that. No, it actually give proper isolation and security, but under the hood, okay, under the hood, it will be actually in the same place, but we never know. Okay, so if you create multiple computing resources in any cloud service, let it be Azure or AWS or GCP, anything. So actually, this is how it works. They may have a single physical server or like a few physical servers, and that will be divided into multiple virtual servers. Okay, so each virtual server may working on different operating system, different application, different resources. So, but we will never feel that, but it will help the cloud service provider to achieve the maximum utilization of hardware. Okay, and also virtualization allow for dynamic provisioning. Okay, and scaling of resources. So dynamic provisioning means whenever you ask for it, it will be immediately get allocated. Imagine I am looking for a virtual machine. Okay, I am looking for a computer with a particular setup. So when I ask for it, is it possible for the cloud service provider to purchase a computer and set it up and give it for me, or give me an entire computer? No, it's not possible. So what they do, they will provision with the help of this virtualization technology. Okay, so scaling also is easy because of this, because even though I am using 4 GB RAM in the cloud, that physical setup where I am allocated, it might be having 200 GB of RAM. Okay, so any point of time, if I want to scale, if I want to increase my RAM, automatically it will be allocated because the hardware is ready, and on top of I'm working with the help of virtualization. Okay, so it increases agility and it increases that flexibility. So many things are there. Okay, so how do this virtualization actually happen? Okay, so there is one software which is helping us to do so. Okay, so that is called hypervisor. Okay, so this general terminology, hypervisor. So hypervisors will share your computing resources. Let it be hard disk or let it be CPU, let it be RAM, anything. And it will help us to create multiple virtual machines on the same set of hardware. Okay, so hypervisor is responsible for this allocation. Okay, hypervisor is responsible for doing this process of virtualization. Okay, so in the same single host, physical host, this hypervisor will act as a layer, and on top of that, we will be able to get multiple resources, multiple virtual
You're
machines.
not audible, sir.
Okay, am I not audible? Others, can
No,
you
you're
confirm,
audible.
please?
You're audible, Helvin.
Yeah.
Audible,
So,
sir.
yeah, thank you for confirming. So other whoever is not audible, just try rejoining. Okay, there could be some problem at your end. Okay, yeah. So I was talking about hypervisor. So basically there are two types of hypervisors. Okay, so type 1 and type 2. Okay, I'm telling about generally. Okay, generally there could be more specialized methods also. So there is a type 1, type 2. Basically, if I say simply, if I say you must be knowing firewall. Your institution must have a device called firewall. Okay, in your network, in your computer lab. Okay, so but at the same time we have a firewall in our Windows. Okay, so how is that? So this firewall is something that can be implemented both software also hardware level. Okay, some of you might be knowing. So the same way, this hypervisor also can be implemented in both hardware and software level. So type 1 hypervisors usually referred as bare metal. So that is directly run on the hardware and optimize the performance and allocate the resources. So type 1 is like hardware, type 1 hypervisor. On top of that, your operating system will come. So let me just show it here. So on top of hypervisor, your operating system comes. Okay, so that is usually how type 1 hypervisors will work. Okay, so hypervisor will directly interact with the hardware. Then operating system will be allocated for each of these virtual machines. Okay, so that is how one thing works. Sometimes type 2 hypervisor. So this is type 1. So type 2 hypervisors, how is it means? There will be the hardware. Okay, on top of it, your operating system and your hypervisor. Okay, so in software level also you can do the virtualization. Okay, so this is also commonly used. Okay, so your hypervisor come on top of your operating system. Okay, so that is also can be done. So these are the two types of hypervisors we commonly use. We don't need to bother about these things. I'm just explaining it for your common knowledge, because when we actually go do these cloud services, resources, we don't need to bother about any of this. This is handled by our cloud service provider. Okay, so just have the basic idea. Hypervisor is a fundamental building block of virtualization. It is allowing the business to achieve higher resource utilization. Okay, so it is helping us to create isolated environments that can be easily scaled and provisioned on a single hardware setup. Okay, so that is a basic idea of it. Give me 1 second, I'll just mute it. Or if anybody have any doubts, you can ask. Okay, so once you done talking, just remember to mute back. Yeah.
Sir, can we go back to the first slide that you have started?
First slide means the very first slide.
Yeah, like I think this is the third or fourth slide.
Okay, what happened, sir?
So actually, I have doubt from there. So I was like, no, yeah. That virtualization thing. First
Okay.
means first step, first stage, we can say this. Okay. Sir, so as you are saying that this is the means we are having one particular entity which will be having the capability of all these things together. So won't it use much of the power of all the other things? Means if we are thinking from electronics point of view, so it will need more of storage, more of processor ability, and to do it again, it will need more of power.
No, I never said it's a single entity, sir. The virtualization, the idea is there could be a set of hardware. Okay, so maybe that could be actually 3 physical systems. Okay, 3 computers. But the same 3 computers, I can allocate to 10 different people at the same time. Okay, so I am doing a partition, okay, a real-time sharing of the resources with the help of virtualization technology. So what virtualization make us feel that there are many computers running on the same hardware. So when you get allocated to one computer, you actually feel, okay, I got a computer. But in the actual scenario, in the hardware setup, it could be only one computer. Okay, I will make it simple. Imagine in your PC, you have multiple logins. Okay, multiple logins. So multiple user accounts are created. Imagine all the users can log in at the same time. Okay, all the users can log in at the same time. Usually we cannot do that, right? One at a time we can log in. So imagine all can log in at the same time. What happens? The same laptop, the same hardware will be divided into all the 3 users. So all of them will feel, okay, I am getting a Windows system. Okay, but basically what will happen in the background, the same hard drive, the same RAM and everything will be shared among all the 3 users. So the basic, very basic idea of virtualization is this. So it will help you to divide the hardware into multiple isolated components. Okay, multiple independent components that can be allocated to multiple users or multiple entities. Is it clear, sir?
In that case, sir, either are we giving slots of the whole system to different users, or the whole system to all the users?
It depends on the slots. We are giving slots only. See, your point is, I think there is a huge system, so it will be needing a lot of power and setup, right?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah, it do. That is correct. If you go just have a Google so search, you can see that the data center is run by only Google. Okay, only Google used water which is required for 27 golf clubs for cooling purpose only for cooling purpose. So what is a data center? It's nothing but a aggregated computing resources at one place. Okay, so what you said is correct. Yes. So every cloud service providers, they do have multiple data centers across the globe. Okay, in different geographical region. So these data centers are nothing but a huge computing resources at one place. Okay, so they will be maintaining it. From there, they will be allocating to the users based on the demand. Yeah, that is correct. That is the one advantage. We don't need to bother. As a user, we only need to bother about paying our subscription fees. So at the end, this huge maintenance, everything is done by our cloud service provider. Clear, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So I think once we move further, no, we do have discussion about this thing. Don't worry. So we are going to discuss about on-premise and cloud in general. Okay, so that is it. So yeah, virtualization can be multiple types. Okay, server, data, and hardware, storage, network, anything. So basically, I can share my data also with the help of virtualization. I can share my entire hardware setup also using virtualization. I can share my storage also using virtualization. We usually call this term like virtual. Okay, so like virtual server, okay, virtual storage, virtual network. So what do you mean by virtual storage? We have something called virtual hard disk. Okay, that means the same hard disk is divided into multiple hard disks. Okay, with the help of the hypervisor software. Okay, so that means each person is actually getting a virtual hard disk, but he will feel it like, okay, I got a 100 GB hard disk for my use. Okay, so but behind the scenes, it could be actually from one hardware setup. We never know. We never know how actually it is done in the background. That is completely up to your cloud service provider. So I'm just telling you, assume this could be how it is running in the background. One thing is sure, we are not getting a dedicated hard disk or dedicated server or dedicated storage when you are going with a cloud service provider. It is always the core idea behind this cloud computing is virtualization. Okay. Yeah. So if you talk about cloud computing services, what all I can get, now modern architecture do have a lot of cloud computing services. You might be heard about infrastructure as a service and platform as a service, software as a service. Okay, we'll be talking about that. That is a general classification. But inside every cloud service provider have their own multiple service use cases. Okay, so we can just get a function as a service. Okay, function means it could be for only one purpose. Okay, it could be a block of code which will work for a particular purpose. Okay, so we can just we can just rent. Okay, rent is not a correct terminology, but yeah, in a common layman terms, we can say we can just rent a compute for only for running a particular block of code. Okay, only for triggering something or only for running a particular activity. We can do that. Yes. So it's very dynamically available nowadays. And you can just get a database alone as a service. Okay, I need a MySQL database or I need a SQL database. I need a PostgreSQL database. Yes, you can hire it. You can get it from the cloud, only that particular component. Okay, so you need a machine learning service. Okay, you can get it. So these things, database and machine learning, we'll be discussing in our coming days. Okay, so Azure do have dedicated resources for ML. Azure do have dedicated databases also. So you can just get it done and you can use it as you wish. Okay, so I don't need to install any things in my system. I can just get it for the time being. Okay, so all the setup I can configure from the cloud and I can get it done. So generally the services are classified into three, but in that also there are many minute services like this. Okay, these are just few random examples. Okay, there are so many. Once you log into your cloud portal, you will see there so many services are available there. So any of the services, the basic infrastructure, okay, the basic architecture will be something like this. I do have a front end. Okay, I do have a front end. I have a PC. Then I use the internet to connect to my cloud service provider. So my PC is working in the front end. Okay, me the client will be in the front end. Every other complexity, okay, everything will be in the back end. So the service, the storage, the infrastructure, security, how they interact with each other, how the management work, everything will be working in the back end. So this front end is often referred as yeah. Notation, I need your help. Okay, if anybody is talking, please mute all. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, thank you. So that we can go without any interruptions. Yeah. So the client must be using a mobile device or laptop or anything, and all the things. Okay, that is for just for facilitating. But all the actual things will be happening in the backend. That is at the cloud service provider. So usually the client will authenticate himself through a password username setup or a key or token or something. And once you connect to cloud, okay, everything is there in your cloud. Okay, that is usually referred as your backend or server side. Okay, so we normally discuss this front end backend concept in development. The same idea, cloud also have this front end backend idea. Front end is a user using through his machine, and the actual services are relying in the backend. So which we are getting through the internet. So cloud computing, we can simply say in the beginning, as we said, it is accessing compute resources with the help of internet on the on-demand strategy or pay-as-you-go strategy. Okay, so you can get it done. You can just configure it and utilize this at any point of time, and you need to pay only for that. So what are these applications? Okay, there are so many applications. I'll just quickly go through some of that. One is online data storage. Okay, so I think cloud computing become very popular because of this data storage access. Okay, so nowadays everybody is going with the cloud computing for storage. You also might be using Google Photos. Previously it was free. Now it is paid actually. So Google Photos, OneDrive, etc. and all. So what is the advantage? You don't have to waste your PC hard disk, and also you can trust it more than your PC hard disk. Okay, so imagine your PC is having a malfunctioning, hardware malfunctioning, and it is hard disk is going for a waste. Okay, so then it's very difficult to retrieve data back from your hard disk. Okay, on the other time, online data storage is more flexible and convenient. You can retrieve it any point of time from anywhere in the globe. Okay, so usually people use it for huge volumes of data and backup services, etc., etc. And there is no limitation for any type of data. It supports all the multimedia, everything. Okay, then big data analysis, not only for storing, by choice. Sometimes we don't have a choice of storing in our PC. Okay, why is that? The traditional system have a limit for processing the data. For example, Excel do have a limit for number of records in it, and database systems do have a limit of number of records in. Depends on your computer hard disk. So when the big data come to your play, okay, big data, it has many characteristics. One of the obvious feature is the size of the data. Okay, there are many other things, the velocity, veracity, and other things, but the main thing is the volume. Okay, so the volume increases. It is very difficult to handle with a PC or a traditional system. So you have no choice but go to cloud computing resources. So nowadays people are depending a lot on this big data analysis with the help of cloud computing. And antivirus application. So this also can be sometimes the actual antivirus will be running in a cloud, and with the help of that cloud application, you can organize, you can scan and do stuff of your organization. Okay, so the fixing part, everything comes from the actual cloud. Or if you take your normal antivirus also, sometimes you see that if you get a virus or threat, it will be sending that sample to their cloud service and verifying it and coming back. Okay, so almost every antivirus services, they do have a cloud lab. Okay, cloud lab means a huge resource setup where they actually send data and verify. The same place from where they get this virus signature updates, everything. Okay, so nowadays that is also very common, running antivirus applications in the cloud. And education in the cloud, I don't have to explain it at all. I know that because all of us are from education field. So you saw that during the COVID time, how the boom happened. So all the e-learning platforms are relying on the cloud. So we are uploading the videos and you can stream it on time. So all these things are happening. Okay. And backup and recovery, I already just mentioned it. It's very popular use case of cloud nowadays. And next is e-commerce applications. You know that it's not easy for any e-commerce website to just trust on one server or one physical setup. So they always go with this cloud computing so that they can accept as many as users they want. Okay, so as the business grew, you can also scale it and you can increase your e-commerce application. So nowadays, almost everybody is going with these cloud services when they are planning to set up a e-commerce thing. Okay, so these are very few instances. Okay, it's not like everything I could say. So these are some use cases, some applications of cloud computing, what we commonly use. So it have so many advantages like automated backups, scaling of data, and the data security, all those things. Okay, so that is why people are going behind the cloud nowadays. Okay. So now I would like to tell few terminologies. Okay. So like some fundamentals of the cloud, you must be already knowing. So, but we'll just revise it with me. Okay. So commonly we say as a service, AAS. Okay. So in cloud, we always say as a service. Okay. So we are getting everything as a service from the cloud. Okay, whether it be storage or computing or anything. Okay, so as a service we can get, and how much ever we use for that, we need to pay for the service. Okay, so multi-tenancy. So multi-tenancy means it's from the point of view of the cloud service provider. So that means multiple people can be served at the same time. Okay, multi-tenancy. Tenant is like the person who is staying or who is using. Okay, basically the beneficiary. Okay, so it support multi-tenancy, like how we say multitasking. So it can handle multiple uses at the same time, the cloud services. A content delivery network, commonly we say CDN. Okay, so this is a distributor server setup, which will help us to access the websites very fast and efficiently by reducing the latency. Latency means the time taken for communication between the client and server. Okay, I bet that all of you might have seen Cloudflare. Okay, Cloudflare is a commonly used CDN service. Like that, Google also have a CDN, Amazon also have a CDN service. So basically, imagine like I'm accessing a server which is actually sitting in UK. Okay, so every time if I communicate to UK and get back a result, it is going to have some significant delays. So what the CDNs do, they have backups copies of these websites in different distributed geographical regions. So every time when I ask for a website, I may not be getting from the actual server. I will be getting from a nearest server of mine, okay, which could be in Chennai or Mumbai or Delhi, anywhere. So geographically, which is nearer to me, from there I will be getting the actual uh, uh, web page. Okay, so CDNs are commonly used for delivering the content. Okay, so it's a group of system, group of service, which will increase the efficiency of your web service. Okay, by keeping
Hello?
multiple copies. Yes, ma'am.
Sir, I have got a small doubt on CDN.
Yes, ma'am. Ask.
CDN said that you will have not on the server, the data will be distributed on multiple sites near to the host, near to the client.
Yes.
But then how about the updates, sir? So, yeah.
Yes, it's a valid question. So yeah, every time, so there are, if I go deep into this, okay, there are many technologies and setups here also. So every time the actual server makes an update, the CDN software or the provider is responsible for the replicate the same in the distributor servers also. So it works like that. And it's not like, okay, if I have, let's say 100 servers across India, I want replicate in all the servers. When the first time when you are making a request, it might be connecting to the actual server. The second time when you make a request, it might be having a copy in the nearby server. Okay, like this, there are multiple technologies, multiple systems working behind. So ma'am's question was how the updates work. So updates will be replicated in real time. Okay, that also happened. And sometimes what happened, my nearby server, no, every time when I ask for something, the nearby server will just verify, okay, I have the updated content. Okay, like that also it work on the real time. Okay, so there are multiple technology, but don't worry, you will never get that old content or outdated content. You'll be always getting the proper content only. Yeah, that is really a practical question. Yeah. So we are not going into CDN, okay? We are not diving into CDN. I'm just telling you some basic terminologies, but good to know these things. Yeah. Any other doubts? Yeah. So the third time you can see on my screen, okay, this is serverless. Okay, this is a common misconception. People think, okay, serverless, that means there is no server. Okay, it's not like that. You know that without server, nothing can work. Okay, server is nothing but a dedicated computer for handling the requests. So what do you mean by serverless means we don't get a dedicated server. Okay, we don't get a dedicated server. The service will be available whenever you need that. Okay, so on demand it will be allocated. That is the idea of serverless. It's not like there is no actual server. Server will be there, but it will be allocated on demand. Whenever you need that time, it will be allocated. Okay, so we will be seeing this in action. Don't worry. So what happens now? If I take a dedicated server, it will be costing me so much in my cloud. So instead, if I go with serverless, whenever the actual need arises, a server will be allocated automatically. Okay, and no longer if I'm not using, the server will be taken from me. Okay, so that is a basic idea of serverless. So this is cheap and efficient. But yeah, if you're going with high performance systems and very what we say, very very confidential, very sensitive things and all, you might not go with serverless. You might need a dedicated server. Otherwise, more 95% of the time, it is very convenient to have a serverless method. Okay, so server is there, but there is no dedicated service. That is the meaning of serverless. Okay, then scalability we already discussed. Okay, virtualization we already discussed. So if I move forward, some more characteristics you can see on my screen. Okay, broad network access. So any cloud service provider, if you take, it is spread all over the globe. Okay, so you have a lot of accessibility around the globe. And second, rapid elasticity. Okay, this is interesting. So we already discussed about scalability. Okay, so how scalability is different from elasticity. So there are two perspectives to this. One thing, rapid means, quick. Okay, quick elasticity, right? So elastic, in the nature, it can be extended also. Okay, it can grow also. It can shrink also. Okay, growing and shrinking. So that is the basic characteristics of elastic. So elasticity here means the same thing. So you can increase the resources, also you can reduce the resources. Okay. So scalability commonly we talk about only the increasing aspect of it. So elasticity refer both the increasing and decreasing, both the growing and shrinking part of it. Okay. So what is the one difference between these two terms? Second, scaling usually happens in a manual way. Okay, I'm not telling always, but generally scaling we do manually. Okay, so elasticity, it is like more like a dynamic nature. Okay, it's like more like an automated nature. So when I require more resources, automatic allocation will happen, and when I don't need resources, or automatic deallocation will happen. Okay, so that is a basic idea of elasticity. So more or like scaling and elastic nature are same, but yeah, the basic difference, elastic is like more growing and shrinking, and almost all the cases it will be happening in an automated manner. But scaling, we always think about scaling up. Okay, scale up manner, and which also always happen from the user side or like administrator side. We initiate the scaling usually. Okay, so that is a basic difference. Otherwise, more or like they are similar only. Yeah. Any doubts? Yeah, no doubts. Then measured service, we said, like how we use electricity, how you use water. So we pay as we use. Okay, how much usage we occur for a month, we pay for that. So there's a measuring happening in the background. So like that, here also it is measuring the service, how much RAM you're using, how much hard disk you're using. Based on that only, it will be working. Okay, on demand. On demand means whenever you need, you ask for it, you will get it. You don't need it, just leave it, just release the resources, it will be allocated to somebody else. So it is very convenient in terms of measuring and on demand. And resource pooling. Resource pooling, it is also closely in connection with elasticity and other things. Basically, multiple resources will be connected to a single pool. Single pool in the sense a group of resources. So what is the advantage of group over individual? One individual may okay get tired, okay, or he must have issues. But if it is a group, one person is not available, somebody else will take care of the stuff. Same idea here also. If one resource is down, another resource can be allocated in real time. That is the idea of resource pooling. This also we will be seeing in action when we are configuring our cloud. Okay. So meanwhile, I will have a reminder. I hope all of you have shared your Outlook email ID in the chat box. So yeah, I'm not checking the chat box right now. So I request Shashank or Natashan, whoever is doing that, just share that email IDs to whom we have already given access. Okay, so this you can check your name is there in the list of people whom we have given the access till now. Okay, if your mail ID is not there in the list, you can share it again.
As in we have provided we are providing the subscription to all the faculty members, and they must have received an email, and we are sequentially providing the
Okay.
subscription to the faculty.
Yeah, good. Okay, so faculty, so that is happening in the background. You're getting subscriptions. So always check your Outlook email ID. Don't check any other email ID. You must have got an invitation. So don't worry, we will explain how to proceed it in the next half. So just make sure you got an invitation or you got the access. Okay, if not, you can connect Shashank or Natashan in the chat box. Okay, they are working on it. Okay, so please take care of that also. Yeah.
So for the faculties who don't have an Outlook ID,
please create one, ma'am. Please create. We request all of you to create one. It take like 2 to 5 minutes only. So just go and create one. It's very easy process. You don't even need your mobile number, nothing, no OTP, nothing. You can directly create it. So why do we request means it is easy for us to give you a subscription if you have an Outlook ID. It is also easy for you to access it. Otherwise, it's little difficult for accessing also.
Yeah, ma'am. Yes, sir. My ID is on Hotmail, and I think which is almost equivalent to the Outlook. Is it okay,
No,
sir?
sir.
Okay.
No, sir. Please go with Outlook.com only.
Thank you.
Yeah. I know that Hotmail was there, then later changed into Outlook. But yeah, we suggest you to go with Outlook.com. Yeah. So if we come back to the slide, we are running a little late. Okay, I'll try to make it as fast as possible. Like, yeah. So you can see that on-premise and cloud two comparison. So what do you mean by on-premise? I myself hiring the server or resources, I am setting it at my premise, okay, my institution or my house, wherever it is. Okay, so you can see a transparent cost aspect and hidden cost aspect in it. So transparent cost, if you're looking at it, okay, I need to make setup. So I need to buy Windows or any other software. I need to have the software licensing one hand in on-premise. If you're going with cloud, I need to pay the subscription fees. Okay, monthly, yearly, however it is, I have to take a subscription and I have to pay that. That's it. But if you look at the hidden cost, there are so many headaches associated with on-premise. You have to buy the hardware. You have to make sure you get power. You should have the power backup. You should have a cooling setup. You should have to get that physical space. Okay, that is the real estate aspect of it. Physical room or hall or whatever it is, you have to get it. And you need a physical security, which is very important. If anybody of any of your institution have a server at on-premise, you know that it will have very restricted access. So there will be securities and other things. Okay, nobody will be allowed in the server room except the authorized personnel. So the security aspect is very important, physical security. So if anybody get access to your server, they get hands-on access, they can do a lot of things there, and so it will compromise your security. And next is disaster recovery. Okay, something happened to your institution in a natural calamity or something. It can be, right? It is unexpected events. So that time, what will we do? Okay, we need to have a backup or we need to have a mechanism for that. And also we need a IT support people. And also we need to give training for those people. So many things are there with related to on-premise setup. Okay, so the complexity of setting up is very high. Okay, so the only thing we have, only advantage we have, we can say like people do think, okay, I have the full control over the setup. That is the only thing people think of it. But that is also actually not completely true. You don't really have full control over the things. On other hand, if you look at the cloud, okay, we don't need anything else. You don't need to worry about the hardware backup or physical security, nothing. Everything is taken care by your cloud service provider. You just need to give a training for your staff how to use this cloud setup. That's it. And you need to pay the subscription, peace of mind. Okay, so that is why people are now going for this cloud setup over the on-premise setup. And cloud also, you do have control over the data or setup. Okay, it's not like you don't have. You can go and configure each and every minute thing there also. Okay, so if I compare, nowadays, people are always going for cloud because of these reasons. There are so many hidden costs associated with on-premise, where cloud it is very transparent and straightforward. Okay, so we need to pay for how much we use, and also we have lot of fancy features like scalability and other things. Okay, yeah. So that is just the intro. So now I'll quickly talk about the cloud deployment models and cloud service delivery models. Okay, so that means what are the different types of clouds available? You must be knowing it, but we'll just reverse it quickly together. Okay, so you can see private cloud, public cloud, community cloud, and hybrid cloud. Okay, in this community cloud is not really a term of today. Okay, it's like a obsolete concept, but yeah, rest everything we do come across in our life. Okay, so how this classification basically based on how it is provisioned. Okay, how the services are made available to the users. Okay, how the provisioning happening, provisioning in the allocation, how the management expert happen, how it is made available to users. Okay, based on that, this classification is being done. Okay, so if I go to each of these models, okay, first is private cloud. So these are offered on a private infrastructure. Okay, so there will be very limited access to the cloud, usually for the employees of the organization, okay, or a set of people who are authorized to it. So there will be very minimal access to the server with a lot of security features and authentication, and it is not very commonly used. Why it is not commonly used means it's going to be very costly setup. Okay, because if my organization want to set up a fully private cloud which is not accessible to any other people over the internet, only for my employees or people, it is going to be a costly affair. Okay, so it's more like a on-premise data center. I told you data center is nothing but a aggregation of multiple servers which can be allocated to people. So it is like maintaining a data center yourself. Okay, maintaining something yourself which you made available to your users through the internet. Okay, so that is the idea of private cloud. So it is not really widely used model because of the constraint of it. But yes, you can think of, if I give an example, okay, let's take TCS or any IT company. So they must be having a cloud which is dedicated for their developers or their users, okay, which will be accessible maybe only from their company LAN network or their company premises. Okay, so you may not be able to access it from outside that company setup. Okay, sometimes in work from home situation, what they do, they will give you a VPN or kind of setup using which you can connect to your company private cloud. Okay, that also happens sometimes nowadays. But the idea is it is very limited access. Okay, it is completely maintained by that firm or company. Okay, so that is the idea of private cloud. On the other hand, community cloud usually for the people belongs to a particular community. We can say commonly before we had this setup for this open source people and all. They might have a community server where it will be available for only people who are part of an organization or only people who are following a particular philosophy. So here you're talking about a private club. Okay, so the club will be accessible to only the members of it. So the members could be from different work culture, different regions, anything. But there is something common in them, that is they're binded together through this common factor of being in a particular community. Okay, so this is not a concept of today, as I said, but yeah, it used to exist once upon a time. Okay, so you don't need to break your head. It's like you can think of like a group of people with a particular philosophy, a particular common thread between them, accessing a cloud which is dedicated for them. Okay, so you can think of like all the open source people accessing something, or you can think of like all the artists. Okay, you can think like there's an artist cloud. Okay, for all everybody who belongs to a particular app category. Okay, they can make it available. So that is only for the community. Okay, nobody outside the community, it won't be accessible. Okay, so more than how it is implemented, it's based on the principle, this classification. Okay, who is being used it, how it is being used. Okay, so that is the idea of community cloud. The public cloud, we all are part of this public cloud. Okay, everything we access nowadays. Okay, now today also we are going to access a public cloud only, Azure cloud. So anybody can access it if you just need an internet connection. Okay, so it's widely used, it is more affordable, more cheap, and it is widely accessible to multiple users. So because of this contrast between public and private cloud, has been always a confusion. Okay, there was always this constraint. Okay, how do I do a proper service model? Okay, how do I deploy a cloud? Okay, so what companies nowadays do, they go for a hybrid cloud setup. That means I will have a private cloud, also I will have a public cloud. So the sensitive information, everything I will handle in my private cloud. All other things I will be using a public cloud service provider like AWS or Azure or anything. So this is a widely used setup. Okay, it combines both the good parts of private and public cloud. Okay, so it is very good for optimal cost. Okay, so that means completely going for private is not possible. Okay, completely going for public also may not be possible due to security constraints or data policies and all. So what people do, they use a combination of both private and public cloud. Okay, so that is known as the hybrid cloud terminology. Okay, so effective utilization of both private and public cloud. Okay, that is the idea of hybrid cloud. So most of the organization go with this method only. So very essential things, critical data application, they'll keep on private infrastructure because they just need to ensure that maximum security from their end. Okay, all other things, flexible workloads, they'll go for the public cloud setup. Okay, so that you don't need to pay much, you don't need to spend much on the private cloud. Okay, and they will do some setup between this private and public, like syncing process and other things, integrations, everything they will ensure between these two platforms to make sure the user won't experience any issues in this hybrid setup. Okay, this is there are some complexities and I mean challenges in this thing, but yeah, this is more practically used nowadays. Okay. Yeah. So any doubts, anybody? So once we discuss this service models, we will wind up this particular portion of our session. Okay. So I'll just quickly discuss this also, and we'll wind up this. Okay. So you must be already knowing these things. Okay. Infrastructure as a service, we say IaaS. Platform as a service, we say PaaS. Software as a service, we say SaaS, like PaaS, SaaS, IaaS, we commonly say. Okay, so these are service models. Okay, what we discussed, public, private, and all that are deployment models. Okay, how it is provisioned, how it is made available to the users who can access it, right? So here, how it is being delivered, okay, how it is being serving to the user. So very common basic form is infrastructure as a service. Okay, so that means we will be taking the computing resources, everything, and we'll be having all the setup by ourselves. Okay, so we have a huge control, but you need to spend a lot of time in setting up things. Okay, engagement. So I will be getting the computing resources like just the hard disk, CPU, RAM, everything. Then I will be doing my customization. I will be installing softwares, everything. If I am taking only infrastructure from the cloud service provider. So what happened? People find it very difficult. Okay, I need to spend time on configuring everything. So why don't you give me everything I need in a proper setup? Okay, so like I am a developer, so I need Django and MySQL, everything configured on my system. So why don't you give me that entire setup? Okay, entire environment for my usage. So people were thinking like that. So that introduced the another type of service model, which is known as platform as a service model. Okay, so it is like everything is ready for you, not only the computing resources, the platform is also ready for you. You just need to go and use it. Okay, you just have to go and use it. So for example, I am a developer, I just have to go log in and develop myself the things. I don't need to worry about which version of Python is installed, which version of Django is installed, which version of MySQL is installed, how it is configured between them. No need. I don't need to worry about any of this. I can just ask what I need. I need this platform, this configuration, this setup, this particular version. So all the dependencies, everything will be taken care of my service provider. I can just peacefully go write my code and run it and see. Okay, so the cloud's vendor, my service provider, handle everything, including the hardware, okay, infrastructure, also the basic softwares like operating system, development softwares, etc. So this is more convenient compared to infrastructure as a service. But the problem is we have less control over here. Okay, so I will show you a graphical comparison between these things. How much the user control, how much the vendor control. Okay, cloud service provider control. We will compare them. Okay, so that is about platform as a service. We are getting an environment ready with multiple softwares installed on a particular set of hardware. Okay. And SaaS. SaaS is very common nowadays. All of us are using Google Docs and Microsoft Office 365, everything. So this is nothing but a software which you can access through your website. Okay. So you don't have to do any configuration in your system. You can just go log in and access your software as you go. So many softwares nowadays, they're going with this SaaS setup. So that is very easy for the people. Okay. So software as a service, okay, it is mentioned as PaaS. Okay, this is SaaS. Okay, SaaS. It's a typo. So if you compare between these services, Okay, this will give you a clear picture about these things. Okay, so you can see that the blue highlighted, okay, blue highlighted portion is what you handle, and that gray color region is what the service provider handle. Okay, so if you go to on-premises setup, okay, if you're going with on-premises, everything is handled by you, starting from network, storage, server, OS, data, application, everything is handled by you. If you go to infrastructure, half of the responsibility you are giving to your service provider. The network part, storage part, everything the vendor will handle. You will decide what application to run, what things has to be configured. You will be doing it at your end. Okay, so it's like half responsibility from your side and vendor side. But if you go to the platform as a service, see, you have only control of what data you give. Okay, what data you input, and what application, what configuration you do. Everything else is done by your vendor, like the storage, networking, server, OS, everything is taken care by the service provider. Okay, the vendor. So you have very limited access, very limited customization, very limited control over here. And if you go to the software as a service, absolutely we have no idea. Do you have any idea how Google Doc is running, what OS it is using, or what version it is running in the background, what kind of RAM it is using? No idea, absolutely no idea. You just get to use the product. Everything else is handled by the vendor. Okay, so this is a quick comparison between how much control the user have, how much control the vendor has over these three service models. Okay, any doubts? Yeah,
No
I
doubt.
hope you,
No doubt.
yeah, you might be already knowing about this. Yeah. So I'll just show you some interesting facts about this cloud industry and we'll wind. Okay, so you can see that the approximated, okay, expected industry worth of cloud computing is going to be 800 US dollars. Okay, 800 billion US dollars. Okay, it's approximate. Okay, this is expectation. By 2025, the industry is going to grow like this. Okay, as of 2020, it's for approximately 400 billion US dollars. Okay, imagine that numbers. Okay, so huge that industry is growing in terms of the market share. Okay, because most of the people are converting into cloud. Startups, small scale industries, and even the individuals are preferring cloud nowadays. Okay, so this is as per one survey. The prediction is like this. Okay, it can grow up to this by 2025. So imagine how much job openings it's going to give us if the industry is going on this fast. Okay, so this is another research. Okay, this is another research which is having this prediction. Okay, how much it's going to be. So they are predicting by 2025 approximately 700 plus billion dollars industry is going to be, and by 2030 it is going to be approximately 1600 billion dollar industry. So you can see that exponential growth over the years. So the cloud demand is more, people are convenient with the cloud more, and as we discuss all this time, there are so many advantages. So everybody is converting into cloud. So because of that itself, you can see that a lot of opportunities are going to come up. Okay, so you can see every day if you go search the job portal, you see cloud architect, cloud security engineer, DevOps engineer, cloud software engineer, system engineer, cloud network engineer, so many cloud architect, solution architect. So many depends on the platform, Azure, AWS, GCP, or whatever it is. You can see n number of opportunities are having. So in the coming years also, there is no doubt it is going to increase in a exponential way. Okay, that is why we are discussing cloud so much nowadays. So I hope this workshop will help you to explore Azure platform so that you can convert the same idea to your students. So later that will also help them to get a better paying job in the industry. Okay, so by this I will just conclude my words for the first half of this session. So we will have an interval. Okay, before the interval, I'll hand over to Shashodhan. He might be needing to tell you a few things. So we'll have a 15 minutes break after this. Then we'll be coming back and working on our cloud hands-on. So then, are you there?
Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, you told to create Outlook mail ID, right?
Yes, yes.
Sir, I created and I posted in chat box.
Okay, sure, ma'am. We are looking at it. Okay, our team is working on it. Don't worry. Please wait.
Okay.
You will be getting this one. Invite you will getting. So after the break, I will discuss in detail how to access the invite, how to do it. We'll discuss it, ma'am. Don't worry.
Helvin.
Yes, yes, sir.
Let's take the break at 11:30.
Okay. No issue.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, actually, I'm having a laptop of Mac Air. So when I was trying to download Power GI and all those tools, it was not getting downloaded.
Okay. I think that links I have given is actually for the Windows ecosystem. Shashank, can you help me with this Macintosh, Mac OS? Can we provide the same software? Is it available?
Sure, I'll give some links so that you will be able to download Power BI and Mac.
Yeah. Sure, Shashank. Thank you. So yeah, most of the softwares will be available in Mac also, but some may not have. Okay, I doubt Putty and all. Sometimes you can do the same task, but maybe in a different approach, a different setup. Okay.
And all the
Would
faculty
require
members.
some guidance from your side.
Sure.
To all the faculty members, those who have provided the email ID, we are sequentially giving the subscription for cloud. And please, you need to have patience for some time. We are providing the cloud subscription, right? Do not spam the chat box that you have not received an email. We are going sequentially, and there are almost 750 participants have joined. It's a manual process to giving the subscription. So it is we are going it manually one by one, right? So
yeah,
please cooperate for some time. We are in process. We are doing it.
Yes. Yeah, faculty members, we are about like a 700 plus, okay, almost 750 participants. So it is a huge process to give the invitation. So give them time. They are working on it. You will be getting. Okay. So meanwhile, I will take if you have any doubts. Please send the link for Power BI again.
Sir.
Yeah, sure, ma'am. Share it again.
Sir, this is Fatima.
Yeah.
I want to know, is it only finance faculty? So can I attend and receive? Because the knowledge is like we can gain. It's not necessary. It should be a IT background or something like.
Yeah, absolutely. I completely agree with you, ma'am. So the point is what Shashank was trying to convey, this FTP is designed for this particular branches. So those are actually eligible. Okay, as per paper, as per rules, they are eligible for this one. But yeah, definitely if you are from a different field, management or finance, and still you are interested to learn, we are always welcome. We won't restrict you. Not an issue.
So we will receive certificate because
certificate.
Our institute because we are on duty too.
Yeah. Shashank, so if somebody is from finance background and if they're attending this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ma'am, just give us some time for today. We'll update on the same regarding the certificates.
Yeah, and there is the issue of LMS. Yeah, please.
Hello.
Thank you so much.
Will this PowerPoint will be uploaded on the LMS?
Yes, ma'am. All the resources you will get, study materials will get an LMS. Not today, maybe by tomorrow it will be ready for you. And any queries regarding LMS, we will discuss it. If Shashodhan is there, he will be taking that question. Don't worry. And
Sure.
one thing, one thing I would like to tell you that don't get confused between LMS and our subscription what we are giving now. Okay, cloud. Okay, those are two different entities. Okay, so why we are asking you Outlook? It's for cloud subscription, where you will be creating the resources and exploring the Azure cloud. So what on the other hand, what is LMS? Learning management system. So there you can mark your attendance. You can see the study materials. Also, you can take the assessment end of the 5 days. Okay, so don't get confused between these two things.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Any other doubts regarding the topics we discussed so far? Anybody?
Yes, sir. One question I have to ask.
Yes, ma'am. Please.
Again, I have little bit difference. I want to know about the elasticity and scalability. What is the
Sure, ma'am.
basic?
Sure. Yeah. It's often used interchangeably. Okay, it is not a problem because most of them, the two terms are more or like same. Okay, so if you want to distinguish, okay, on terminology basis, if you want to distinguish between them, scalability commonly we say for that increasing point of view. Okay, scaling up point of view. Okay, if you want to increase that setup, if you want to accommodate more resources, we increase that setup, right? So scalability often, okay, I'm telling often refer as increasing, okay, to increase that capacity to accommodate more people. Okay, I'm not telling it's not possible to scale down. Okay, it is also there, but generally we use for the increasing point of view scalability. On the other hand, elasticity is for both. Okay, we commonly use for both. Elastic nature, you can grow and shrink also at the same time, right? So elasticity is like it is that nature of this computing resource which allow you to grow, also shrink in terms of the resources or the capacity. Okay, one aspect of it I would like to say. Second thing, scaling usually we initiate. Okay, the administrator initiate the scaling or the entity, the firm will initiate the scaling process. When we realize, okay, we are not able to accommodate people because it's increasing. Okay, elasticity it's commonly happen in automatic nature. Okay, so the allocation and deallocation commonly happens in a automatic nature. Okay, at the same time, I would tell, okay, scaling also can be automated. Okay, but I'm telling, if you want to distinguish, these are the two aspects.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Yeah, any other doubts?
Sir, hello.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Sir, will you please say about how to access LMS again and how to mark the attendance?
That that Session1 will be explaining now. Session1.
Yes, I'm here. You're done with the session, Helvin?
Yes. I was just taking the doubts. So we thought we'll give 11:30 break. So that's why. If you want,
okay. So before 11:30, I will close this LMS discussion. Just give me a minute. I'll take the link again because some of the people are also asking about the link. So I'll talk about the registration as well as the how to access it.
Yeah, I can see that in the chat you're telling
Sir,
that you have
good morning, sir. We have not
invitation.
received any invitation.
Yes, ma'am, it is happening. It is a manual
Sir,
process.
not received any invitation on Outlook.
Yeah, you will get it, ma'am. Just be patient. You will get it. So sequentially, we are giving. Okay, whoever posted first, we are giving them. Don't worry. You will get it. Don't worry.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
So don't post your Outlook email again. Okay, once you posted, we have taken it. Okay, those who haven't posted can post. Okay, we are giving it sequentially. Yeah.
Yes, to all the faculty members, if you have posted your email ID, Outlook email ID on the chat once, please have some patience. We are going sequentially with the timestamps, and it will take some time. It's a manual process. We need to give the cloud subscription one by one. We are switching on cloud subscription and the chat. It's a manual process, adding all the faculty one by one. You will get the subscription in some time, and meanwhile, please do not spam the chat. Do not put your email IDs again and again. We have received the email IDs and we are providing. And some of the faculty members have received it. We have now added around 200 email IDs to the subscription.
So it's a great challenge from our side also to add because we are experiencing a huge number. So please cooperate and be patient. We will be giving all of you. Only two things. Don't again post your email IDs and please don't your Gmail or institution IDs. Okay, we need only your Outlook ID for this cloud subscription. Okay, so post it once and be patient. You will get it. Okay, it is happening sequentially. Yeah. If you have any doubts, you can ask, unmute and ask. Don't post it in the chat box so that it will not disturb that email IDs. Yeah. Session1, you are ready to go?
Yes, I'm ready. Just give me a minute. I'll just take my headset also so that like you will not have any background noises. Just a minute.
Yeah, sure.
So I hope like my voice is visible to all of you. So far, like since morning, we have been discussing about the Azure subscription as mentioned by Shashank. Please wait for some time. We will also share you the subscription. Please wait for that. And also subscription is completely different from LMS. So Azure subscription is completely different from LMS. So don't get confused. So now we are going to talk about the LMS for next 10 minutes. So in the link again, in the link again, I have mentioned the LMS registration link. I mean, in the chat box, I have mentioned the LMS registration link. I will talk about the LMS registration for 2 minutes, and then also I will talk about how to mark your attendance in the LMS. Okay, because like some of the people are also asking me how to register. So once you click the link which is given in the chat box, I request to not to post anything now in the chat box. I kindly request people, please don't put any messages in the chat box now. So you can see the registration link in the chat box now. And once you click that, you will be diverted to this page. I'll just share my screen. Okay. I hope like my screen is visible to all of you. So once you registered and once you click this link, you will be diverted to this or directed to this page. Please don't click this registration tab. Okay. Because we have already created a batch. If you see here, it is showing batch 10. We've already created a batch and we want all of you to register in this particular batch. If you go and register here, it will show 404 error. So please don't go here. So once you register, once you click the link, just scroll down, you will get some basic information here. You have to fill this application form. So just fill this application form, scroll down, and there will be a baseline impact. Again, there will be a 10 question. This is basically for us, for an organization, for us to study the impact of this training program. So we ask this question during the, beginning of the training program as well as the end of the training program, just to assess our impact. Okay. And once you fill all this information, just scroll down and declare yourself and then submit. So now your registration is done. So now I'll talk about how to do the login. So now you can use the same registration link to login also. So once you open this link, you can see here login button. So you just click here. Okay. I will also tell you the password now. So don't get panic. I'll tell you the password for all of you. I'm just logging in now by using my login credential. Just give me a minute. It's just processing. Yeah. So this is my. Yeah. So I'm going to log in by using my credential. Don't worry, I'll give you the password to all of you now. But please listen pay attention to this session now. So yeah. So once you logged in, you will get this kind of a page where you can see 4 option dashboard, assessment, study materials, and attendance. Now nothing will be available in the assessment. So no need to go to the assessment now. And also if you see the study materials, we are ready to upload the materials in the study material. So by end of today or by tomorrow morning, we will upload that and you can start accessing all the materials in the study materials. But now on a daily basis, you need to log in the LMS and go to the self attendance, and here you can see mark me present. So once you press that, yeah, I kindly request all of you to mute yourself. Maybe I'll just mute all of you. So yeah, I kindly request all of you to mute yourself. So now we have discussed how to register, and now we are talking about how to log in. Okay. So I already discussed you have to mention your mail ID as well as your password. I will give you the password. So here you have to come to the self attendance, and you can see here your attendance is not marked for today. So the LMS will tell you your attendance is marked or not. So it is saying like it is not marked for today. And also, if you see here, you can see the 5 days today. I mean, the FDP session days from 18 to 22nd December. Now, if you see on day 1 for me, it is mentioning like absent. Why it is mentioning absent? Because I have not marked my present. So what I have to do now, I have to go here, click here. So once you click that, the button will get disappear. You can't see the button anymore for this particular day because you already marked your marked your attendance. Now you can see here it is mentioned as P. It means present. So for this 18th, I am present. And also on the top, it is giving you the pop-up message saying like your attendance is marked successfully. And my attendance is like automatically changed into present. Likewise, every day you have to come here, come to the LMS and also mark your attendance. And you have to do it between 9:30 to 1:30. So now what we have to do, we have to approve all your registration from the backend. So we have approved all your registration who has registered till 11 o'clock. Okay. So for the first time, what you have to do, you have to use the common password, which I am going to mention that in the chat box. So this is going to be the common password for all of you. So what you can do, so I kindly request people, please don't mention any chat, any messages in the chat box for next 5 minutes. I kindly request people. So now I'm going to mention the LMS password in the chat box. Okay. Again, this is going to be like common for all of you who has registered till 11 o'clock in the morning. In case if you have registered after 11 o'clock, then it is not possible to use this password.
Hello,
Because
sir.
we have to wait, sir. Because we have to approve your registration from the backend. We will also approve the remaining registration around like 1 o'clock. So nothing to worry. But so far, whoever registered till 11 o'clock, please use test at 1234 as a password to log in. And once you log in, the first screen will be saying like, please change your password. So it is basically asking you to reset your password. Since we are providing the password, now it is asking you to reset your password so that you can reset and you can have your own password. But please ensure you are not forgetting your password. Please ensure you are having a very simple password so that you can remember. Because like currently we have some challenges on using this forget password option. So you can't use that. Okay, so please remember your password. I'll repeat again. Your first time password is going to be like test at 1234, which I mentioned in the chat box. And T is a capital T. Okay, test at 1234. Once you logged in by using this password, you will get a page saying like, this is your current password. Please reset your password. You can have your own password and please ensure you are not forgetting your password, and you can use that password for a lifelong. And this LMS login is basically like not only for these 5 days, you can have this LMS login for lifelong and you can access this material at any time. And we will upload the material by tomorrow morning. And you can also download this material and you can also save this material in your device. So this is about the LMS attendance. So now if you have any question, feel free to ask your question. Again, if you have registered after 11 o'clock, you will not be in the position to use this test at 1234. This is till 11 o'clock. We have approved and you can use your test at 1234 password. Any questions?
But here we need to use Outlook account only, no, sir?
Ma'am, here you have to use the mail ID which you have mentioned during your LMS registration. So there is no link between Outlook and LMS. LMS is completely different from the Azure portal. For Azure, you need I'm not telling to ma'am, but in general, I'm telling to all of you. For Azure only, you need a Outlook mail ID. But when it comes to LMS, you have to use the mail ID which you have used for registration. In case if you have any doubt, like you may also forget like which mail ID I have used to register in LMS, then what I can do, just give me 10 minutes time. I will download all your registration. I'll also attach the sheet in the WhatsApp group. In that Excel sheet, you can find your name, your mail ID. Okay, so but you can just check that mail and you can just check your mail name is available or your email is available so that you can also confirm that. And if your name is not available, then you are registered maybe after 11 o'clock. Again, we will send you one more list by 1 o'clock. Okay. So, but we will send you the list of participants who was registered so that you can also take your mail ID from that sheet, which I'll mention in the WhatsApp group in 10 minutes.
Sir, I've already registered yesterday, but still I'm not able to access it.
Ma'am, when did you register, ma'am?
Yesterday.
I've registered. Mail ID, ma'am, in the WhatsApp group. In the chat box.
Okay, sure.
Yeah. Please, ma'am.
And sir, if we have reset the password yesterday and able to access, that is fine, na?
No. We have not sent any mail ID to any of you. The mail, I mean, we have not sent any password to any of you. The mail password is common tested 1234.
So yesterday we did registration on
Yeah,
LMS.
you can start
That-
use this tested 1234, sir.
No, but whatever password that I have received with that, I am able to log in and I can mark the attendance.
Then fine, sir. Then fine.
Then fine, na?
Super, sir.
Okay,
then
thank you.
fine. Then
Yeah,
fine. Absolutely
okay,
fine.
okay.
Somebody was saying like they'll be mentioning their password. I mean, email ID here. Is it Fatima Bibi, ma'am? Fatima, ma'am, you are saying like you're not able to log in into LMS.
Sir, this is Dr. Yes, sir. Yes,
Yes,
sir.
ma'am. Fatima, right?
Yeah, I've opened the next.gen.edu network.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
And then I put my email ID.
Okay.
Which I have registered myself, and I put test@1234, but I am not able to do that.
Yes, ma'am. Just give me a minute. Just give me a minute, ma'am.
Sir, we have
not to, ma'am, just a
Sir.
minute. I'll just take Fatima, ma'am, query. Just give me 1 minute, ma'am, please. Just 1 minute, please. Ma'am, Fatima, ma'am, did you change your password or this is the first time you're using it?
First time I'm doing it, sir. I've not
Okay.
changed my password.
I hope like my screen is visible.
Yes, sir. Yes,
I'm
sir,
just
it's
using your
visible.
username. I mean, your password. It's Fatima Shamir Mohammed. Okay, and your password is test
No.
at
No,
1234.
it's Fatima.Sayyed.
Ma'am, but you have given this mail ID in the chat box. I'll just try this mail ID.
No, sir.
Ma'am, this is working.
No.
Ma'am, wait. Ma'am, this is working. This is the mail ID which you have used for registering LMS. I have used that mail ID as well as the tested 1234. I hope you can see my screen. Now it is asking your current password. Your current password is tested 1234, and you can reset your password and you can submit that and you can access your LMS. Is that
Sir,
fine,
I
ma'am?
don't have any ID like this.
Yes, sir, I'm Narendra, and my LMS is not working. Please, sir.
I was
Sir,
talking
some
to
other
Fatima.
Fatima is there,
But who is talking to me now?
Fatima.
Can I have a query one by one because otherwise it will be confusing.
Sir, we
I
have
hope
marked our attendance, so can we leave?
you can leave. Maybe I'll just wait, ma'am. We will be breaking for a tea now, but we will give you the announcement now. But yeah, so
Okay.
don't worry. If you have still any
Sir?
doubts, don't worry. We will again connect at around 12:30 or 1 o'clock. We will talk about this LMS again. But whoever has registered, please mark your attendance today. And if you're not able to mark your attendance also, don't worry. Don't get panic. We will connect again 1 o'clock to understand your challenges and we will fix all your challenges. Is that fine to all of you?
Yes,
The
sir.
sir,
So,
excuse
excuse
me.
me.
So can you repeat the steps, sir? What should we do?
Ma'am, you have
Sir,
to.
to join again, the same link will be used?
Yes, you have to. The same link means for the meeting, ma'am, or for the LMS?
Yes, for meeting.
For the meeting, you have to use the same link, ma'am, for the next 5 days. So now, yeah,
Everything I did.
now
Here
I
I
think
did.
we also need to give a break for the people because like we have been connecting since 2 hours. I'm just handing over the session to trainers to start the training. I mean, start the break. But again, don't get panic. Again, we will connect around 12:30 or 1 o'clock to solve all your queries on LMS. But please stay back. And then we will solve your queries. We will take all your queries one by one, and we will ensure like all the queries are sorted today. And I'm taking leave now, and I'm handing over to Helvin. You want to give a break now?
Yes.
Yes,
Dear
over to you, Helvin.
faculties,
Yes, sure.
dear
Sir, one
faculties, we'll
query.
go for a 15 minutes break and we'll continue the session afterwards. Okay. I will be sharing a timer on my screen. Please stick to that. Thank you.
Okay.
Hello. Hello, sir. Hello, sir. Can you hear me? Hello. Hello. Sir, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
So
we
it's
can
break
hear you.
time for 15 minutes. No, sir, I am not able to mark my attendance, sir.
Yeah, don't worry, sir. We'll figure it out. Don't worry. Just have your tea and snacks. We'll figure it out. Don't worry.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Sir, can you please share the common password for LMS?
Common what, ma'am?
Like I'm trying to sign in on the dashboard.
Okay.
So
The password you're asking. Test at the rate 1234. I'm assuming.
at the rate 1234.
Yeah, 123 or 1234. Session1 must have shared it somewhere. Okay, I think 1234. Yeah.
The T will be capital or not?
T will be capital.
T will be capital.
TEST at the rate 1234.
Excuse me, sir. Yesterday only I registered myself, but I couldn't able to receive the mails. I don't know what's the problem.
See, one thing I'll make clear. See, if you register for LMS, you won't get any mail. Okay, whichever mail ID you have registered, just using that you try to sign in. That's it.
Where we had to sign in? Like, what is the
Same place where you went. No, the same portal. Next Gen EduNet World. There only you can log in.
Okay.
I think. Yeah, he has shared the link in the WhatsApp also. I think Session1.
I am unable to
sir,
join.
Yeah, here also he shared, but here is, yeah, somebody had reposted. Thank you, sir. Yeah.
Sir, but I am unable
So
to
it is not signing in.
log in here, sir.
Okay, that I think regarding LMS, I think Shashadan will be taking your queries.
It
Don't worry.
shows.
Yeah, you will get time to mark your attendance today. We'll give you consideration. Don't worry.
Excuse me, sir.
Sir, we need
Hello.
to download the software which is received.
Yes. Not everything we'll be using today. The link I have given for the full week. Okay, so you can just download and install it and keep.
Okay, and
Excuse
for
me,
to
sir.
mark the LMS attendance.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, LMS
How to
attendance.
log into LMS, sir?
Yeah.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, one at a time, please. Regarding LMS, Shudan has showed already how to mark the attendance. That will take like very few time only.
Sir, we have
Sir,
to
for
register
mark
as
the
a
attendance, I'm not
as a
received any
student.
mail.
Sorry?
Sir, we have to
To mark the attendance,
register
I have
as a
not received
student
any
as a
mail.
faculty.
See, ma'am, you don't have to
Hello,
go
sir.
as a faculty option. Don't use it. We have given you a registration link, batch 10 registration link. You have to use that registration link. Don't
Sir, will you
register as a
please?
student. Yeah.
Okay. Sir, actually, I have already registered as a student because there was showing issue like not found 404 error.
Yeah, because that is not the link. We disable the faculty link because we want you to register through the link we are giving. You can go to chat box. You will see batch 10 link, registration FDP/batch 10. That is the link for registration.
After that, we have to go to register as a student or as a faculty, sir, actually, after clicking that link.
Faculty only, ma'am, faculty.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you just take a break. It's almost 7 minutes. Shashudan will be connecting you again at the end of the session around 1 o'clock. So you can clarify any doubts regarding LMS with him. So don't worry. Yeah.
Sir, last
Sir,
question. Sir, when we click on the join as a faculty, it shows not found 404, error number 404. Hello?
Hello, sir.
Hello.
So yeah, I hope all are back. So welcome back all. I know that you have a lot of concerns and queries regarding LMS everything. So my request to everyone, just be a little patient, okay? Because we are trying to sort out the things from our end. So yeah, we'll discuss about LMS, not an issue. We'll address your queries, whether you registered properly or whatever it is. The thing is, once you registered, Shashwathan need to accept your registration from his end. Okay. So some of you might have registered and still not able to access it. It could be because of that. So just please be patient. You will get time to mark your attendance. Okay. So don't worry about it. Yeah. So he will be addressing everything related to the LMS. Okay. So what I would like to discuss is regarding the cloud subscription. Okay. So I can see many
Excuse
people
me,
have
sir.
raised. Yes,
Excuse
ma'am.
me, sir.
Good afternoon, sir. Just 1 minute. One thing. I have marked my attendance as well. I received a mail also accepting the invitation from EduNet on Outlook, the thing which I created. I accepted that as well. And then when I'm clicking on that one, then it is showing me certain apps. So what to do that I'm not able to understand.
Yeah, that is exactly we are going to discuss now. Okay. So yeah.
Okay.
So what I request everybody, please raise down your hands. Okay, raise down your hands. And can everybody please raise down your hands? I can see around 28 is raising your hand. I know you have queries. We'll discuss it later. For now, please raise down. Okay. And I would like to request those who received Assure invitation. Okay. Those who received Assure invitation, please raise your hands. Okay. In your Outlook, if you have received the invitation, please raise your hand. Okay. So I have a request to all of you. Just please be patient. The invitation process is going on in the background. Okay, we have delivered approximately 300 plus invitations already. Okay, so we are catching up with your email IDs. Okay, so those who haven't got invitation, it's okay, completely fine. Because next 5 days also we are going to discuss the same thing only. So what I suggest you, it's already 12 o'clock. We have hardly 1 hour, 1.5 hours. So I'll just show you, I'll just take you, I'll give you a tour through the portal. I will show you the first activity of today's. Okay, so what you can do, those who have got invitation, you can try with along with me. Those who haven't got an invitation, please be patient, keep on checking your IDs. Once you get, you can log in. Otherwise, you can just keep note of the steps what we are discussing. And you can try it laterwards. Okay. Yeah. So on the time constraint, I think this is a practical approach we can do. Okay, so if you wait everybody to get invitation, it's going to take some time. So by the end of the day, everybody will be receiving the invitation, cloud invitation. Okay, so don't get confused. LMS is a different entity, cloud is different entity. Okay, so you're going to use with Azure Cloud. We'll be adding your Outlook IDs to the invitation, using which you can log in and access your Azure portal. Okay, so what will I do now? I will just show you how the invitation look like. Okay, how can you accept it and how to access the cloud portal. Okay. So give me 1 second. Okay. So I'll show you how the invitation look like. I'll just show you from a sample account.
Hello. So is it given? So I have one doubt. Usually in our scripts, spacecrafts, ISRO region, we are going to store in the data. And what type data we make also that?
I have just muted. There was a lot of noise. I couldn't hear you, sir. Yeah, please ask, sir. Please unmute and ask. Outlook invitation, please be patient. Please don't paste your email IDs again. You will get it. Just be patient. It's a manual process. It will take a lot of time. Just be patient. So I'm sharing my screen. Okay. So this is how your invitation will look like. Okay, those who haven't got your invitation, it's completely fine. Not an issue. Just wait. So just understand the process, how to proceed further. Okay, so this is how you get a invitation. Okay, so it will be like Mahesh inviting you.
Now it's visible. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, so it will be like Natashan invites you, or Shashank invites you, or Helvin invites you, like that. You'll get some mail. Okay, Microsoft invitations on behalf of EduNet Foundation. It will be like EduNet Foundation. So you'll get like accept invitation. Okay, so you just have to click this accept invitation. This is an old invite. Okay, this may not work. So usually what you get, you will be get you won't directly get the screen. Okay, you won't directly get the screen. Usually what you get, you will get a confirmation screen. So once you get accept invitation, you will be getting a confirmation screen. It will tell you authorize, allow portal, Microsoft Azure portal to access your basic details like profile, everything, etc. So you have to authorize. Okay, you have to do the confirmation. Once you click the confirmation, okay, then you will be directing to this portal. Okay, so this is the URL of our Azure portal. So I'll be sharing this URL in the chat box. So those who have accepted the invitation, you can directly try accessing this portal. It will tell you to log in. So once you log in using your Outlook ID, you can access it. Many may not have received the invitation. I know that, we are aware of it. We are working on it. So please be patient. Okay. So meanwhile, you just note down how it to be done. Okay, how to do the activity. Rajeshwari ma'am, we know that you may not have received the invitation. We got like 600 plus participants. So it will take some time to invite all. We are almost 300. We have given invitation. Others you will be getting it in some time. So please stick with me. Just see what is going on. Okay. So anybody have any doubts regarding this accepting invitation? Go to your Outlook ID. Once you get invitation, click accept invitation. You will get into a confirmation screen. You know that any service we have to authorize. Ma'am, you are not audible. There is lot of noise in the background.
Is this screen is also available on mobile also?
Okay, I have a request to all of you. When you are attending the session, try to be in a quiet place. So I think the question is it available on mobile? No, you cannot access it from mobile. So the minimum requirement to attend this FTP is having a laptop or PC with good internet connection. So you cannot do it from mobile. You need a PC. Yeah.
Sir, can I mark my attendance through Gmail ID?
Ma'am, attendance marking happens in LMS. For that, you have to use the email ID whichever you used for registering the LMS. So here we are talking about the cloud part of it, where we use our Outlook ID. Okay, and sir, I request all of you, just be patient with LMS. We will figure it out. You have challenges, I understand that. Shashadan will be joining us around 1 o'clock. He will address your queries again. Don't worry. So now let's just focus on our session. Okay, content part of it. Okay, is that okay?
So the point, excuse me, sir. Actually, I want to make it clear. Is it okay to mark our attendance with Gmail ID, but all the further hands-on training will be done using Outlook ID?
Exactly.
Is it so?
Exactly. So the Outlook ID has no connection with LMS. Okay.
Okay,
Outlook
sir.
ID is only for the cloud subscription.
Okay, sir. Thank you so
Okay.
much.
Your original email ID, official email ID, whichever you use for registering the LMS, the same you can use for marking attendance, everything.
Okay.
Accessing the portal content and assessment, everything. This is for doing the cloud practicals, Outlook ID.
But you are
Okay, sir.
asking us to give some permissions here, like this your profile data.
Yes, yes. Yes, yes, you have to give the permission. No need to worry about it. You have to give permission. Okay.
Sir, kindly share the links of all the softwares that we need to install.
Yes, yes, ma'am. For today, as of now, we won't be need to worry about any of that. So I will be sharing it again. Don't worry.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So today, mainly, if you get this portal, the activity can be done without any software requirement. Okay. Yeah. So I will just repeat again. Okay. I'll just repeat again. For those who have received the invitation. Okay. So this is how it works. You receive invitation. You receive the invitation and you have to accept it. Click accept. Click accept invitation. Yeah, I'm sharing the screen. Are you able to see? Are you able to see the screen?
Yes, Alvin, it's visible.
Yeah, thank you, Session for confirming. So you click accept, and again you will get a screen. You have to give authorization for the Azure portal. Okay, you have to confirm it. Okay, it's a basic confirmation. Any app, if you want to connect to your email ID, there will be basic confirmation. Okay, so next screen you have to confirm. Then you will redirect to the Azure portal. So the URL I already shared in the chat. Okay, will be redirecting to this link. Okay. So once you click this confirmation, once you authorize Azure to access your email ID and basic profile, you will be redirecting to this screen. Okay, you'll get like welcome Azure, some apps, everything. Okay, like this screen you will be getting. Okay.
Just repeat it now once.
Sure, ma'am. Go to your email ID, accept the invitation. Okay. Once you click accept the invitation, you will be getting another screen where you have to authorize. Okay, you have to confirm it. Why I am not getting it? I already accepted the invitation. Okay, I already
Excuse me,
confirmed.
sir.
But we
Yes,
can't
ma'am.
see all these apps.
Sir, when I have clicked on the accept invitation, I got this interface apps dashboard, and nothing is like it is showing that there are no apps to show.
Yes, exactly.
It's okay. It's okay. No problem.
Okay.
Just verify the URL is portal.azure.com.
No, sir, this is not working.
myapplications.microsoft.com.
Yes,
Okay, yeah. So I will share this. Yeah, I will share
Yes.
this. You can directly log in. Yeah. So not
Those
an
who
issue.
have done.
Yeah. So those who
Alvin, just
accepted the invitation, yeah, I'll share it. Yeah. So what you can do once you accept the invitation, open this portal.azure.com. Okay. So it will ask you to log in. Okay, it will ask you to log in. So log in with your ID. Okay, your Outlook ID. Okay, I'll show you this one. Sign out and show you. Yeah. So if I go to portal.azure.com, okay, this is what happens. Okay, it will tell me to log in. So use your Outlook ID and enter your password and just log in. Okay. Is signed in, yes. So now, after your authentication successful, you will get into the home screen. Okay, this is your Azure dashboard.
So can you please share the mail with me also?
It's not mail ID, ma'am. You have to use your Outlook mail ID. The link I have shared in the chat. Okay, all those who got the invitation, okay, you can just do this process. You can just log into your portal. So just to verify you got the invitation, I will tell you something. Okay, just to verify you got the invitation. Okay, just search for subscription here. Okay, subscriptions. Just search for subscription here. Okay, I'll just zoom in, zoom and show you. Yeah, just search for subscription. So you'll see this golden key icon, subscriptions. You click on that. Click on that. You can verify your subscription will come here. Okay, so currently this email ID is not added in the subscription. That is why it is not showing. Okay, this mail ID which I showed you, I haven't got the invite for this subscription. Okay, that is why it's not showing you. If you have got the invite, I'll show you what will happen. You will see, yeah, you see like this. You will see a subscription, pay as you go. Okay, so your role will be contributor. Okay, your role will be contributor. So all those who accepted the invitation, you will see pay as you go subscription there. Okay, those who haven't got invitation or those who haven't accepted the invitation, you won't be seeing this subscription. Okay, so what is this subscription? You know, just like how you get
Sir,
a
excuse me.
Netflix. Yes, ma'am.
Hello, sir. Where did you send the notification? Our personal mail or Outlook mail?
Invite will come in Outlook mail, ma'am, but you may not have got it also because it is still in working progress.
Okay.
Yes, sir, it is in working. I just got my mail recently.
Yes, ma'am. You got, but many might not be got. So I'm telling
Many
those
might.
who haven't got, yeah, just be patient, and you can just see the process and understand the process. Later, you can try afterwards. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. Just be patient. See, we got like an overwhelming response today. Yeah.
Excuse me, sir. I have a query regarding the LMS. I have registered. I have login
Ma'am,
to the
can I,
LMS.
can I request you something? Can we keep this LMS queries for 1 o'clock, where Shashadan will take care of it?
Okay, fine, sir. In that case, I cannot
Everyone,
mark my attendance. That is the issue.
It's okay.
Fine. Okay.
It's okay, ma'am. You will get time to mark your attendance. Don't worry about it.
all the faculty members, please, we will take LMS related query at 1 or after 1 p.m. Till then, please,
So you can request
we have
now
started our
because on
content.
that day I request, I personally went there also. Now as a faculty you can request. But I think there is no problem in that table also, no sir. I use that table for so long. That's what. Because everybody not get the new table. What
I request all the participants to please be on mute during the session. Halvin, you can continue. And those who have not received the subscription, please be patient. We are providing the subscription one by one. See, we have provided the subscription around for 300 participants till now, and we are going one by one to add the subscription. You will get the subscription in some time. So those who have received the subscription, they can follow the steps. And those who are yet to receive the subscription, please write down the steps so that you can refer those steps after the session.
Yes, exactly. Thank you, Shashank. So those who haven't got subscription, this is a procedure. You'll get an invite, click accept subscription, and you give the confirmation, and you'll come to, and you have to go to portal.ashore.com. Okay. Usually what happens sometimes when you accept subscription, automatically it will redirect to this URL. It's okay if you are redirecting to some other URL like apps, Microsoft or something. No worry. You can directly go to portal.ashore.com. Okay. Then you can also go to, you can search here and just verify. Okay. You can search for subscription and just verify that you have this pay as you go subscription. Okay. This is the subscription, name of the subscription we are providing you. Okay. Yeah. So I'll go to the home screen once again, and I'll just give an idea about how this look like. Okay. So this, as you can see that this is a search bar. All the services, all the computing resources, all the documents, everything you can search and find here. Okay, so this is a shortcut for finding any of the services. So you don't have to navigate to any particular menu. Instead, directly you can search and get it. Okay. And here you can see Azure services. You might not be seeing any of this, okay, or you might be seeing a different set of it. It completely fine. Okay, these are some services they're providing. If you click more services, you can see a bunch of services. Okay, so many services are there. Okay, different categories. Okay, so in the coming days we will be exploring some of these services, computing services. So Azure has so many categories: analytics, container, database, etc., etc. So many other. So you can see all these options here. You can also alternatively can expand this one. If you expand this one, left side toolbar, there also you can see. You can see multiple options. These are favorites like what I commonly use or all those things. Okay, so you can see, click here, create resource, then you can create a resource. Okay, so if you click all services here, you'll coming to this page. Okay, so home page, from you can go for more services to just to see, get familiarized with the services, or here if you click left side pane, you can see all services here also. If you click that also, you'll coming to full services page. Okay, there are hundreds of services available here. Okay. Yeah. So you can see here, create a resource. Okay. So resource generally, it is a computing resource. Okay. So in this Azure, this resource can be a virtual machine. Resource can be a storage setup. Resource can be a database. Anything which you are rendering, okay, which you are taking from your Azure and you're using for a particular time being, and you will pay for how much you use. Okay, so I told you the subscription is like just like how we get an OTT subscription, how we get a Netflix subscription. Okay, so that means there will be multiple types of subscription, like only mobile screen, mobile and laptop screen, 1 month subscription, 3 month subscription, 1 year subscription, like that, right? So the basic idea, we need to pay only for that particular time period. So here also subscription means the membership which allow us to create these resources. And resource means any service, anything that we can borrow from the Azure cloud for a particular time period, and we need to pay based on how much we are using that particular resource. Okay. So the first step before creating any resource is creating a resource group. Okay. So I want show you how to create a resource group. Because last time many tried it and we got a lot of resource groups and confusions. So I'll just tell you what is the idea of resource group. And I have created a common resource group for all of us. So just keep the note down the name of the resource group. Okay. So resource group, it's just like a container for all related resources. Your related resources. Okay, you can think of like in our desktop, we will create multiple folders and we will keep all related files in it. Like that in Azure terminology, a resource group is nothing but a group of related resources. Okay, so imagine an IT company. So they will have a development team. They will have testing team. Okay, they will have a production team. Okay, so all of them will be creating multiple virtual machine, storage, and other different Azure cloud services. So what they do, they will create a common group for all the development developers, and they will create a group for all the testers, and they will create a group for all those who push to the production. Okay, so like that, depends on the people, depends on the use cases, we can create multiple resource groups. Okay, imagine our situation. Okay, so what I have done, I have created one resource group named FTP_10 for all of you. Okay, so whatever resource you create, all these 700 participants, all of you will be creating it under FTP10. Okay, because we are connected to the common factor that we are participating in a faculty development program. Okay, so this FTP10 resource group I have created for you. So you will be creating all your resources inside this FTP10 resource group. Okay, so why you have to do this? Later I can monitor. Okay, I can see how many resources are created from this FTP, and I can see how many are there, and I can also manage them. I can also delete them. So all these things are easily manageable if I'm grouping it into one resource group. Okay, so resource group, as the name suggests, nothing but a grouping. It is nothing but a container for related resources. Okay, so any resource, any service provided by Azure Cloud, you can put it inside a resource group. So basically, if you want to create a resource group, you have to tell which resource group it belongs. Okay, otherwise you cannot create. So if you want to create a file in your system, you have to choose at least one folder. It can be your desktop also, it can be C drive also. There has to be somewhere you have to create the file for the first time. The same idea. Okay, so resource group is a container for related resources. So where the resources terminology, it can be anything. It can be virtual machines, it can be storage, it can be databases we discussed in the morning. It can be anything that we use from our cloud service provider. Okay. So is this clear? Yeah. So today's activity, so note down your resource group. Your resource group, what you're going to use is FTP10. So how to use it, I will tell you. So these are example resource groups. Yeah. So what is we going to do today? The activity, first activity we are going to today. We are going to create a virtual machine. Creating a virtual machine. So can anybody tell me what is a virtual machine? Can anyone unmute and tell me what is a virtual machine?
Sir, it is actually a software.
It is a software. Okay, I'm not talking about a hypervisor or virtualization in general. I'm talking about virtual machine.
Suppose, sir, I can answer. Suppose
I have the operating system of Windows, but I have to work on Linux.
Okay.
So I can support both the operating system in a single machine with the help of installing the virtual machine.
Okay. Okay. So we can accommodate two OS on the same hard
Two
disk. With the,
is yeah, single Windows.
Yeah. So we use something called VirtualBox for that, Oracle VirtualBox. So that is a particular software. So in general terms, what do we mean by a virtual machine? A machine, as you can understand what is meaning. Any other inputs you have? Otherwise, I will share from my side. Okay, no problem. Yeah. So what is a virtual machine in Azure terminology? I'll just share my screen, then we'll go back. Okay, we'll quickly discuss this, then we'll go back to this. Yeah. So this is nothing but a software version of physical computers. Okay, that means machine, commonly we say my machine, my PC, like that, right? A machine refers as a computer. So virtual machine means you are getting access to a machine virtually. Okay, you're getting access to a machine through the help of internet. Okay, so you're not getting the physical computer with you, but you are able to access a machine with the help of internet. So Azure portal have a lot of hardware with it. Okay, Azure service have a lot of hardware with it. So whenever we asking, it is creating virtualization. It is with the help of some kind of hypervisor. It is allocating me a portion of the hardware as a machine. Okay, as a single entity, like a single proper machine. Okay, so VMs include virtual processor, virtual memory, virtual storage, and also virtual networking. So everything we will allocate, we will feel like it's a single machine, but actually it may not be implemented as a single machine. Okay, so I'm talking about Azure virtual machine. In simple terms, we can say virtual machine is any computer which is not physically with you. We can access with the help of internet. Okay, which might be situating anywhere in the globe. Okay, simple terms we can say like that. Okay, you are getting access to a machine somewhere, sitting somewhere in the globe with the help of internet, and you can use it just like a physical computer. You can log in, run there, and utilize the computing power and storage, RAM, everything just like a physical computer. Okay, so Azure, what is Azure doing? Azure is dividing or sharing a physical setup with the help of virtualization to multiple people, where each of us will get as much as RAM or memory what we request for. Okay, so virtual machines commonly belong to infrastructure as a service category. Okay, commonly belongs to infrastructure as a service category. So I'll just revise again. Okay, if you look here, you can see that. So usually what happens, there will be shared hardware. On top of the shared hardware, multiple virtual machines will be made available. Okay, so we can just ask for a computer, just like how I go buy a computer from a shop. I will tell I need 16 GB RAM, 100 GB hard disk, and give me that. So what we usually do, we are buying it full, the full entity, full hardware, we are buying it. This cost very much costing me. Okay, it's not a cost efficient approach. I may need it only for 1 day or 7 days. I cannot sell it afterwards. It's not practically possible. But in cloud, I can just go and ask, okay, I need this requirement. I need a machine. Just give me this. Once I'm done with, I will just release the resource and I give you back. So how much hours I use, how much computing I use, for that I will pay you. That is the basic idea of a virtual machine. Okay, so how do we create it? It's very simple process. So those who got invite, you can try with me. Those who haven't got invite, don't worry. You can just note down the steps. Okay, you can just note down the steps, and you can try it later. Okay. So we have to create virtual machine. So go to portal.azure.com. Okay. Just search for virtual machines. Virtual machines. Okay. So you'll be getting here services, virtual machines. You are going to get a full-fledged computer as you require, but you won't be having it physically with you, but you are going to get allocated virtually. But you will get full control, complete control over it. Okay, so click on this virtual machine option. Okay, I am zoomed in for showing you virtual machine. Okay, so you can see that there is one screen. Okay, so you can see here. Okay, create Azure virtual machine. Okay, Azure virtual machine. Okay, I can see that somebody has created a virtual machine. Please don't create any resource group. Please be patient till we explain it. Okay. And also, yeah. So sorry, sir, I had to just remove this one. Yeah, see, you are not using the configurations what we are going to suggest. We just remove it. So please stick with me. So go to virtual machines. So create first option Azure virtual machine. Just click it. So you'll getting a screen like this. Okay, so those who got invite, please do with me. And if you have any doubts, please do tell me. So all of you got the screen? So search for virtual machines in the search bar and go to that page. Left side top, you will see create option. Click on that. First option, create. I'll just repeat it if you want.
Sir, there is a problem. I think I can't see how to create this resource.
Okay, and just follow the steps, man. Virtual machines. Okay, search for virtual machine. Click on this virtual machine option. Okay, then you will see create button here, or you can also see here.
Actually, I'm only on the first page, pay as you go. What to do from there after?
Just search it in the search bar. Just search for virtual machine.
Okay.
On top, you can see your search bar, right? Just search from anywhere. You can directly search and jump into any resources. That is the best thing about this search bar. Just search for virtual machine. Virtual machine. Click on this. So you will be coming to a page like this. From there, you can click create and you create a virtual machine. So once you click this option, you will be getting to the screen. You will be getting the screen.
Sorry to interrupt. Is it because of the Mac computer that I'm using?
No, that doesn't matter. See, if you have received subscription, definitely you will see. If you haven't received,
that I have received, but what I can only see is the add advanced option. I'm typing virtual machine in the search bar, but nothing
okay,
is coming.
Can you just ensure that you are in the same URL portal.azure.com?
Yes, sir. Portal.azure.com.
Okay. Did you see pay as you go subscription there?
Yes, sir. What do I see right now is
Sir, it shows
pay as
cannot reach it, sir.
Pay as you go and the subscription ID, my
Okay.
role and student cost, etc.
Okay. Just click here. Just click here, ma'am. Microsoft Azure home screen. Just click here.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir, for me, the site cannot be reached again after clicking the create button.
Cannot be reached. Have you got invite, sir?
What, sir?
Have you got invitation to our subscription?
I don't have, sir. I entered into the website by my using the email ID and it gave the.
No. Have you got invite to your Outlook and accepted the invitation?
Accept invitation. I did not get, sir.
Yeah, that is why.
Previously, I think I have, sir.
Yeah, those who accepted invitation, definitely you will be getting the screen. So all you have to do is just find the virtual machines.
I got the single use code, sir. From Microsoft.
Okay, Azure virtual machine. Click on this.
Yeah, yes. Account, Microsoft account team, sir.
Sir, what I'm telling, you are not getting this. You are telling, right? This screen you are not getting.
Yes, sir.
That is only one reason could be that you don't have the subscription. Okay. Make sure you are logged in with the same Outlook ID where we have added you to our subscription.
Okay, sir.
Okay, not everybody can access it. Okay, I will make it clear. Whatever this virtual machine creation, whatever we are doing, not everybody can access it. Those who only have a subscription can access it. So we are giving you a limited subscription for these 5 days so that you can do the practicals.
Definitely. Okay.
Yeah.
Send me, sir.
Yes, you will get it, sir. Please be patient. Yeah.
Sir, I can see that page on clicking on Microsoft Azure. I can see FTP_10 and pay as you go.
Are you able to see my screen, which is telling create a virtual machine? This one?
Yes.
Yes. Then you're good to go, ma'am. Okay.
Oh no, I can see the screen on my computer.
Can you see the same screen as mine?
No. What I can see is FTP_10 in the recent and pay as you go in the recent under the resources.
Leave the recent, ma'am. Leave the recent. You search, ma'am, here. Search here virtual machine. Completely type virtual machine.
Acha.
Yeah. Search here recent. It may not come. Search for virtual machine and choose virtual machine.
Okay.
Okay. Anybody else have any issues? Yeah. Okay.
So show me once again that the subscription process.
How to accept subscription?
Yes, sir. Because just now I received the ID.
Nothing, ma'am. Just go to your email ID. I don't know whether I closed it or not. Yeah, just follow the steps. Okay. So just follow this step. Click on the accept invitation. You will get a confirmation screen. Confirm it. Authorize Azure for accessing it. Then go to portal.azure.com. It may redirect to portal.azure.com. If it's not redirecting, just go to portal.azure.com. Okay. There is nothing else. There is no other steps involved. Okay, this is.
I directly entered into the portal.
You can directly go, sir, but if you don't have the invitation, you won't be able to access the resources.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sir, where's the invitation available?
The invitation will be in Outlook mail. Okay, those who haven't received, please note down the steps. Once you will get, you'll definitely get by today. That time you can try it.
Okay, sir. Outlook only.
Yeah, Outlook only. Invitation will come only to Outlook.
Okay. Not login, sir.
Okay. Yeah. So those who got the screen, okay, once you get the screen to virtual machine, once you click this create button, okay, first option, okay, don't choose any other option, choose this first option, Azure virtual machine. Okay, once you click that, you come to this page. This is very important. This page, I have to tell you certain things. You have to note it down and you have to follow those things. Okay, it's very important. You don't just configure this by yourself. Please don't do that. There are certain things we have to satisfy here. So what is the screen? Create a virtual machine. This is the configuration screen. So you are going to tell what all requirements you have. Okay, all those things. What is the name? What is that settings you needed? How much resources you needed? All the configuration you will done here. So it's a long procedure. Once you're done, then you'll create it. So when you click create, that time all this configuration will be sent to the server side in a JSON format. Okay, this will happen in the behind the scene. We won't be seeing that. So the server will take that input and allocate you resources accordingly. In this case, it will allocate you a virtual machine accordingly. Okay. So we call this process as deploying a virtual machine. Okay, so we are going to configure it and we will submit it for deployment. Once it is done, you can go access your virtual machine. Okay, so this is the first step. Okay, I'll zoom in and show you. So first step, we can see basics here. Basics. You have to fill some basic details here. Okay, so subscription automatically it will be selected pay as you go. This is a subscription what we have given you access to. Next is you can see resource group. I told you it is like grouping of the resources. So all of us are going to use FTP10. So drop down, you can see FTP10, FTP underscore 10. So use this resource group FTP10. Okay. And if you go down, okay, project details, subscription and resource group we are given. Second, instance details. Instance means your machine's details. So name of the machine. So please follow this naming convention. Like this, Kelvin's machine. Okay. So if notation is creating, notation will give notations machine. So just name it with your own name, so that we can identify who all created, who not created. So what is this name? It's just an identifier name. Okay, for our instance, for this machine, for this resource, we are giving a name. Okay. Next you say region. Okay, region is very important. This cloud computing aspect. The region. If you see the drop down, you can see so many regions are there. Okay, so many regions are there. Europe, Middle East, India, Asia. Okay, so many you can see. So what does this means? You know, Azure is a multinational company. So it has data centers or physical presence all over the globe. Okay, almost all continents. So what they had done, they have divided their physical infrastructure into multiple regions. Like how we have divided into continents and countries. Azure has divided it into regions and zones like that. Okay, so if you just Google and show you. If we just search Azure region, go to images. You can see here. So you can see that the Azure data centers are classified into multiple regions. Okay, multiple geographical regions. Okay, so what this region, what we have to give in the settings is telling us in which geographical area you want to keep your machine allocated. Okay, which hardware infrastructure you want to use. So you have many options here: East, West, US. Also, India also have. If you look here, you can see India has South India, Central India, and West India. So India is divided into 3 regions. Okay. So what is the significance of this? In a beginner point of view, I would tell that you can choose any region, not an issue. But basically, if you choose the region nearby your actual location, the latency will be less. Okay, that means the communication will be a little more faster. That is a basic understanding. But you may not always get your required region. Okay, so you can go with any region which is available there. And also, the pricing factor will be slightly different based on this region. Okay, East US regions are usually less costly compared to the Indian regions. Okay, depends on some systematic significance from their end. Okay, so how they implemented, how much power cost in India, how much power cost in US, and different various factors. So for a person user, the billing is slightly different based on the region they choose. Also, for every region given here, there is certain quota limit. Okay, in our subscription. If all of us use East US, many of us will get an error that you cannot create machine because already East US is completely filled. Like that, you may get error. So I suggest you to go with different regions. Okay, don't use East US. Okay, you can choose different regions from this. It do affect cost, but yeah, since we have so many participants here, Not everybody use the same region. Try to use diverse regions. Okay, so what is the region? This is where actually your computer resource is going to be created in this particular geographical location. Okay, so choose any region. It won't be a much problem as of now. Okay, but the third option, availability option, this is very important. Okay, by default it will be availability zone. Okay, don't choose any of this. Click this option, no infrastructure redundancy required. Okay, we talked about redundancy in the morning, right? So that is the duplications what we make. So as of now, this is just a experiment where we are trying the VM. So we don't need to have these duplications. So give the option no infrastructure redundancy required. Okay, so please make sure you go with this option. Okay, availability options, no infrastructure redundancy required. Don't go with the basic option. So this is important, one step. Okay, so what is the redundancy means? If I give availability set, okay, so it will create a backup servers. Okay, backup server we commonly known as fault domains. Okay, fault domains it will create in the same data center where I choose. Okay, in the same data center I will create more than one copy. If I choose availability zone in a different region, okay, in a different sorry, the availability zone mean in the same region but in a different zone, okay, different data center, it will create a copy. Okay, so basically I would tell okay, I'll just add here so that you can check. Okay, I'll just add it here. Yeah, so you have to choose availability option. The name you can give with your name, availability option, no infrastructure redundancy required. So this is going to cost so much if you choose this option, so don't choose it. We are not actually going to use it, no, for a project or something, so it doesn't really matter. Required. Okay, so if you use availability set, okay, there is availability set, availability zone. So what is do? Availability set will create fault domains. Okay, fault domains. We can think of like backup copies within same data center. So availability zone. Availability zone. Okay, in the same region, different data center. Fault domains. Fault domain within same region. Within same region but different zone. Over different zones. Okay, so it is like I would say region, okay, zone, okay, set. Okay, so the how this is how it is goes. Okay, so each region is divided into multiple zone, and each zone there are different data centers. Okay, so better than set, I would say data center. So each zone there will be multiple data centers. So why we need it? For high availability. We discussed the point of availability. So imagine I am creating multiple copies within the same data center. If some natural calamity happens, the complete data center goes. For example, Central India, the complete state is under flood. So that means I cannot access my server anymore. That is why if I choose availability zone in the same region, in a different zone, there could be a backup. So I can overcome natural calamities or war-like situations and all. Okay, so this is not really important for us. We are doing it like a experiment project, so don't need to choose it. So don't go choose any of this option. Just go with it, but understand what is it. Okay. Second is security type. Security type. So keep a note of this settings. Security type. That is also we don't need to bother much. So we'll go with standard security, basic level. Okay, you have trusted and confidential. This is like standard. This is like intermediate. This is like high security. Okay, so this is the lowest. Okay, 1, 2, 3. So standard will go with standard. Okay, so if you are using something very much important, you will go with the third option, confidential. Or if you want moderate security, you'll go with trusted. Okay, so we'll go with standard. Okay. So please, I request all of you to go with these options. Okay. Yeah. Next one is image. Image means which operating system you want to use. So first we'll try with the Windows OS. Then also if you get time, we'll try with Ubuntu. Okay. So first we'll try with the Windows OS. So search there for Windows. Okay. So let me choose Windows 10 Pro. Okay, Windows 10 Pro. Okay, so these each OS have its own dedicated capabilities. You know that Pro versions, Home version, Basic versions Windows have. Like the Windows have a data center version also, which is dedicated for data centers, where you can configure multiple OS and multiple things at the same time. But for now, we will go with Windows 10 Pro. Okay. So please make sure these two settings. And image is Windows 10 Pro. Virtual machine architecture, you don't have to choose anything. Automatically, you can see that selected by x64. Yeah, any of these things, if you have any doubts, you can see this I icon. Okay, this is info icon. So you can see the tooltip. If you want any explanation for any settings, you can just go for this tooltip. Okay. Yeah. So I hope all of you are with me. You have choose this much options. Now we are coming to another important part. Size. Okay, size of the machine. Size means how much cost it is going to have, how much hardware we are going to allocate. Okay, this is very important. Okay, so we are going to choose a size called B1S. Okay, B1S. So how to choose that? Okay, B for bat. Okay, not D, B. Okay, BS1. We are going to choose B1, BS1. So if you see that, okay, you cannot see that here. So click on see all sizes. You click on see all sizes. So you'll get a pop-up window there. You'll get a pop-up window there. Okay, so just you can search here for B1S, or you can just sort it here. If you click here, it will sort. Okay. So what we are going to choose is this B1S. B1S. So this is the size of your machine. So one virtual CPU, 1 GB RAM, 2 data disk, and so and so. This is going to be your configuration. So this is going to play important role in your cost. This is going to play important role in your cost. Select this option and go down. You can select below. You select this B1S, click select here. Okay, so you can see cost per month is approximately 600 rupees. Okay, so select this. Yeah. So I'll just reinforce this. Okay, so size is B1S. Don't go with any other configuration. See, it won't make a difference in the end of the day, because we are not really going to use this virtual machine. This is just to know, okay, how to create a virtual machine. That is why we need to go with the least option. So in real life, if you want to create a server for your school or institution, that time you can go and choose the bigger option, or depends on your availability. So here, see, imagine we are approximately 600 people. So everybody create a virtual machine. It's going to cost a lot to our subscription. So we request you to go with this basic options. Okay. Then next is, okay, next is you have to give your username and password. Okay. Administrator account, username and password. So what is this username and password? This is the username and password for your machine which you are creating. So in Windows, you have a login, username and password, right? Same thing. Okay, so you can choose any username and password here. There's a criteria. It has to be minimum some characters. Okay, the password has to be minimum 12 characters. Okay, so username, I am giving my name as username. You can give your name as username. Okay, the username and virtual machine name no need to be same. Okay, both are two different things. This is the account, okay, admin account which we are creating, using which we'll log into our virtual machine. Okay, password minimum to be 12 character. So I usually give test at the right 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You can give anything, but please remember it later. Don't come and tell me I'm not able to log in. So it's very difficult to reset and all. You can reset, but yeah, why do we need to go to that complexity? So just remember the password. Okay, it has to be minimum 12 characters. You can use the same password as mine. So I'm giving that test at the right 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So just confirm the password once. Okay. So I hope you are doing with me or you are taking note of these things.
So we are noting down because we cannot access, means I'm not able to see the screen you have shared. Means I accept the invitation, but when I click on that, I'm just showing the app dashboard. Nothing is.
No, go to the portal, ma'am. I told you. No, just
Yeah,
go to the portal.
yeah. I go to the portal as well, but I cannot able to access. So I'm just noting down all the points.
Okay, see, if you accept the invitation, definitely you will be able to access it. Those who haven't got invitation, just note it down because it's not possible to repeat again, right? So once you get invitation, you can go try your own and you can get back to us if you have any doubts. Okay, so that is not an issue. We will continue tomorrow also. We'll have a revision tomorrow also. So don't worry about that part. Okay. So once you set up your admin password and username, okay, next is inbound ports. Okay, inbound ports. So ports, if you are from any development background, you must be knowing what is port. It's like an entry point to your computer. So MySQL has a local host as a port and everything will have a port. So how to be the connection to be made into your system? In this case, your virtual machine, how you should allow the connection to your machine. Okay, so by default, it is already selected RDP. RDP stands for Remote Desktop Protocol, RDP. Okay, that is a proprietary tech by Microsoft, which allow you to make connection from one Windows machine to another Windows machine. Okay, so it is using the particular port 3389. So it is by default allowing. Why? Because if you're creating something, you definitely have to use it later, right, in future. So RDP is a mandatory thing here. Okay, so you have to give RDP. If it says click this drop down, you can see some more options here. Okay, HTTP, HTTPS. Okay, so do you want to allow HTTP or HTTPS connection to the system? Okay, so what would be the need? Okay, why should I allow HTTP connection to my system? If this virtual machine in future, you want to use it as a web server. Okay, if you want to host a website in future, okay, that time you need to allow HTTP, HTTPS connections. You know, every time when I load a website, I am a client and I will use a URL HTTP :/ some URL. So I am requesting for that with the help of HTTP protocol. What is HTTP? What is HTTP?
Hypertext transfer.
Yeah.
Public
So every,
connections with activities.
yes. HTTP, HTTPS, S is for secure, HTTP is for hypertext transfer protocol. So basically every web page is HTML page. So how do we transfer it with the help of this HTTP protocol? So this is optional whether you want to choose HTTP and HTTPS. Later, if you want to allow HTTP connection to your system, that time you can use this. Okay. As of now, I don't think we'll get a time to host a website and all today. So I will stick with RDP. Okay, so less confusion. Let's stick with RDP. We'll create our virtual machine, deploy it, and we'll just try to make a connection from our local host. Local machine. Okay, from our local machine, we will be making a connection to our virtual machine. So that will be today's activity. So we'll go with RDP. So then you have a licensing option. You have to confirm this license. So since it is a Windows, you have to agree to their usage conditions. Okay, so this is the basic screen. If you see, there are many tabs here. Disk, networking, management, monitoring, advanced tags, review plus create. So this is a basic settings, okay, basic configuration. Okay, so I'll do one thing. I'll share these things in your chat box, the very basic things. Okay, just cross check you are going with these same things. Okay, so availability option should be no infrastructure redundancy. So just make sure you are going with these things. Okay. Or
Excuse me, sir.
emails. Yes, sir. Yes.
Sir, the name of the machine we have to give with our name or your name we have to give? Because we
Your
already-
name, your name. No, 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 not my name, your name, sir. Actually, you can give any name just for confirmation, okay, just for identifying that later. Okay, inbound port rule RDP. Inbound port rule for RDP. RDP is for remote desktop protocol. Okay, so later we can connect. So I'll just share it. Okay, so you can just verify you're going with the same thing. Okay, yeah. So these are the main important things in the basic screen. Okay. So what is the idea? We'll deploy our virtual machine using our system local PC. We'll be connecting to this virtual machine and log in and see. Okay. Yeah. So click next. Okay, click next. Next is disk option. Next. So we won't make any changes here. Okay, we won't make any changes in the disk option, but I'll just be simply tell you. Okay, you have customization option for the disk size. Okay, so by default we are going with 127 GB. Okay, so we are getting a virtual disk here, so we can customize it. You have an option here. Second type of disk, you have two options mainly: standard and premium SSD. So this also I'm going with premium, okay, because this SSD part do not make much difference in the cost. It do make difference, but little only. So let's go with premium only. Okay, no need to change anything here. Okay. So this is disk option. Okay. Your virtual machine disk option. You can do configurations. So no need to change anything here in disk. So go to next networking. Yeah. So there you can see automatically a virtual network is being created. Okay, a virtual network is automatically being created. Okay, Helvin's machine VNet. So like this for you also, there will be a virtual network automatically created. So what is a network? It is a group of resources, right? It is a connection between the computers. So here, since we are getting a virtual machine, the network is also going to be a virtual network. So why do we need a network? Through this network only, we are going to access our machine. So once we deploy our machine, we will be getting a IP address, okay, internet protocol address. So you know that any resource available in the internet, there will be unique address, which is IP address. So you'll be getting an IP address using which we will be accessing our virtual machine. So this virtual network is enabling us to connect to this virtual machine. Okay, as of now, we don't have to bother anything here in virtual network. But if you are going later, if you are interested in this topic, if you're going advanced into this virtual network concept and all, you might see some criteria there. Okay, some things if you want to implement among multiple virtual machine, there will be a criteria like all the virtual machines should be in the same virtual network. Okay, if you want to group multiple virtual machine together and to do something, okay, so that time you have to make sure all of them will belongs to same virtual network. Okay, so now we are not doing any such grouping or anything. We are making an individual machine, so we don't have to make any changes here. Okay, so if you go here, okay, public IP and subnet, don't change any of these things. Okay, don't change any of these things. Keep it as it is. Then you can see NIC, network interface card, security. So by default, it will be in basic. Let it be in basic only. Okay. Again, you can see confirmation, public inbound ports. Okay, allow selected ports. So we previous stage we choose RDP. So it is telling you that it will allow anybody to connect to this machine using RDP protocol. Okay, so this will allow all the IP address to connect to your machine. Okay, anybody can try to connect to your machine, but definitely you will be needing a authentication. Previously, a given Windows authentication username password, right? So anybody who get IP address of your machine can try to connect, not an issue. It won't limit anybody using their IP address. So it's open to connect, but there will be obviously a authentication step. Okay. So any doubts here? So these all are advanced options. You don't have to do anything. You delete IP and NIC when VM is deleted. So you know what's basically happened. I will show you that also. Once we actually create a virtual machine, there are so many related stuff is being created. Okay, NIC, virtual NIC, and IP allocator. So many components are created. So it is telling whenever you delete the VM, do you want to delete the related IP and everything or not? Okay, so that also we can leave as of now. You don't have to worry because the deletion will done from admin side. So we'll take care of it. But yeah, you have such an option. And also we have some advanced options like load balancing. Load balancer, you might be knowing, like see some websites will have so much traffic. So they may not be, they cannot handle it with one single server. So what they do, they create a group of server and there will be a component called load balancer, which will be distributing the traffic to each of the server. Okay, so that is the basic idea of load balancer. So here we are not using that also. This is entirely different topic itself, load balancer. So we won't touch that also. So basically, I'm just briefing you the settings, but no need to make any changes in disk or networking. Okay, no need to make any changes here. So the almost 90% of the settings you have to be taking care is in the basics tab. Okay, it is in the basic tab. So disk networking, I'm just briefing you what is what. We don't have to make any changes. So any doubts so far?
No, sir.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. So go to next management. You can see it's a long process. You have a lot of options. Okay, you have a lot of options, customizations available. Do we need to use all of this? Absolutely not. Okay, it's completely dependent on your scenario or situation. Okay, so in the management, you have multiple options. Okay, enable system manage identity. Okay, so it's like if you sometimes we will make connections from our code, okay, programs and all. We use connection strings kind of setup, right? So if you want to enable such a identity, so if you can think of like it's a different way of authentication. Okay, apart from using the normal authentication setup available in the virtual machine, if you want to create a particular identity which is assigned by your Azure. If you want to use that stuff, you can use here. So we won't use it. Okay, we are not going to use it. Okay, so this is a another option to authenticate to your cloud services, okay, without storing your credentials in the code. Okay, so usually if you make from Python or any Java, if you want to make the connection to somewhere, usually we give the username and password, whether it's be Spring or Django or anything. Usually we give both. So if you want to avoid giving such credentials in the code, if you want to use a different mechanism, okay, you can use this identity option. Again, this also will be billing. Okay, this also will be a factor for the billing. Okay, so we won't be choosing this. Simply you think of like an alternative option for authentication. Okay, then Azure AD. Okay, so Azure AD is like a common login for all your Azure resources. Okay, so before it was referred as Microsoft Entra ID. Okay, so this is also a directory option where you can control your role-based accesses, like authorization. I am owner, you are contributor. Okay, so using this corporate AD credentials, you can log into all resources similar way. Also, you can control your authentication and authorization part of it. Imagine in a company, what I do, I can provide all the employees different IDs where they can access all my company resources based on their role. Okay, like developer role, owner role, or contributor role, editor role, like that. Okay, so role-based assignment can be done using this Azure AD. So we are not using it. Okay, we are not using it that also. And Auto shutdown, after some point of time, if you want to shut down, or a particular time period, if you want to shut down, we can use that. Also, you'll get a notification to your email ID regarding this shutdowning. So we don't use that also. It's also a fancy feature. Most of the virtual machines are supposed to be available 24/7. But sometimes if you want to do, depending on situation, you can do that also. And you have backup option. Don't choose this also. It will also cost money part of it. Okay. So these are some advanced options. So we don't have to do any of this. So next we'll go to monitoring. Okay, I'm just briefly explaining you what is what. So monitoring means you can set up alerts. Like if my resource virtual machine resource utilization is 90%, or if the RAM utilization is 90%, or the CPU temperature is this much. Like that, based on some rules, predefined rules, if you want to get alerts, you can use this alerts option. Okay. Then diagnostics, every time when I check that machine, it will check the health of the machine. So you can make sure, okay, it will always have a basic boot diagnostic. So like a startup check kind of setup. Okay. So that also you can configure there. And also health monitoring is every few seconds will check the health status of your machine and it will be notifying you. Okay. So that is also you can do, but all these are additional features. Okay. So we won't do any of this. And if you go to advanced, you can see extensions, VM application, custom data, 3 options. Extensions, additional functionality. We have something called Azure Marketplace, okay, where we get all these resources. So if you want to configure something additional to your machine, some other feature which is not available here, you can create a extension along with this virtual machine. You can add on a feature to the machine. Okay, again, that will also be linked separately. And next is VM application. So when you are making this virtual machine, you want some pre-install application. Okay, when the machine setup, that machine setup only will take some time. Along with that, if you want to configure something else, along with that, you can choose the application here. And custom data, if you want to do a script, okay, if you want to do some custom operation, like sending something, signaling or something like that, while the machine is being provisioned, when the machine is allocated, if you want to inject some extra code into it, okay, which very rarely we will be using, that time you can pass a script here. Okay, you will be writing a script here where we can do something advanced. Okay, something if you want to inject or tell the server when the machine is being provisioned. Okay, so I told you all these settings. Okay, all these settings will be passing into JSON file to the server, and server will be allocating the resource when we click the create button. Okay, so that time if you want to inject something, you can use this. And second last option, tags. Okay, tags is like if you want to tag your resource. If you go to shop, you'll see barcode and tags there. It will tell the price and things. So you can understand which category, what is the discount, etc. So like that, here you can tag it. So I can tell like this. It is mainly it is a metadata. Okay. So data about this virtual machine, if you want to add, you can add. So I can say developer name is Helvin. Okay, like that I can give some information. Or I can say name is Helvin. Okay. Later I can say project is FTP. So why I'm giving these things? Many are creating virtual machine, right? In my virtual machine, my name itself Helvin's machine, so it is identifiable who created. But in a practical sense, we don't give like that. It will be machine 11, machine 12, or some other random serial number. Okay, so this information can be used to identify later who created, why created, for what purpose, etc. So this metadata can be created, given here in tags. So later I can check the analysis part in my dashboard. The admin or whoever handles the subscription, they can check, okay, this particular project has created this many machine and it is costed us this much in a monthly basis. So like business decisions, that time you can categorize the resources, okay, using the tag. So resource group is there, I agree. But in the same resource group, again, if you want to categorize based on the person who's responsible or person who created the machine, so and so, we'll be using this tag. Okay. So I just delete it. Okay, this is just optional, not mandatory. So all mandatory fields will have that red asterisk sign there. Otherwise, all these are optional. Okay, last is review and create. Review and create. This is very important stage. You will see how much the total cost coming. Okay. And also you will see an option here, validation passed. Okay, validation passed means all the settings you have given so far, it is correct. You have filled all the mandatory fields. Okay, that is why validation passed is coming. If you are getting validation failed, you will get an error message here. Click view more option there and see, read what is there. Okay, you must have missed something. Sometimes people miss to click this licensing checkbox. Sometimes people miss to configure something very mandatory things. Okay, so the validation will not pass. Okay, so once it is passed, you can see the price. Okay, so it is costing approximately 80 paisa per hour for my machine. Okay, so make sure your cost is not exceeding 1 rupee per hour. So if you choose my plans and my suggestion, it will definitely within this limit. So make sure this once. And you can read the license agreements and all. And if you go down, you can see everything we choose so far. Okay, full review. All the options we opted. Once again, you verify everything is correct according to your business need. Okay, verify, take few seconds to verify it. Then you can click on create. Okay, if anybody have any doubt till here, please ask. If not, you can click the create button. So once you click the create button, you will
Excuse me.
get. Yes, yes.
Sir, will these recordings will be available in the resources?
Yes, yes, it will be available. So we will be sharing you the recordings by the night, today night.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yeah, all days recordings will be available. No problem. You can go back and refer it. Not an issue. Yeah. So once you submit, you will get a see the notification here. Okay, you'll see the deployment in progress here. So deployment to resource group FTP10 is in progress. Okay. Yeah, it's a good thing I got failed. Okay, I can see that my deployment is failed. Okay. So mostly I will tell you what is the reason for the deployment failing. Let me just confirm it once. Okay. So you can see conflict to Helvin's machine. Okay. Let me just try once again. Okay, you have a redeploy option here. Okay, so most of the time, if you get a deployment issue, it will be you because of the region. Okay, it must have exhausted the available region. Okay, that is the most of the time that could be the reason. So what you can do, you can go to redeploy and use the resource group. Okay. And you can try once again. Okay, just verify once again. It is possible to redeploy. Okay, so verification failed. Yeah, admin password I have to give again. So see if you miss any mandatory details, it come like this.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Sir, can you just give a quick revision of whatever you have done, because I have missed the starting part. Actually, the net connection was not there.
Oh, okay, okay. Anyway, I will revise it. Yeah. So you can see my deployment is failed. Yeah, I'll tell you why if you click details. Yeah, you can see that. Yeah, so currently 20 resources and template exceeded the resources. Okay, so basically if you read here, so limit, okay, limit is 10, current usage is more. Okay, so you'll get error if your deployment is failing. Okay, we be very specific. Validation is passed, but deployment is failing. Okay, validation is passed, but deployment is failing. It will be because of this reason. Okay, quota. Okay, your quota is exceeded. Okay, quota is exceeded. So what you have to do in this situation, you have to try with a different region. Okay, so most of you might have used East US and that quota for that region is exceeded. Okay, so I'll do one thing. I'll show you again. Once again, it will be a revision also. So let me go to
Sir,
the
excuse me
virtual
one
machine.
second, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
So, while I'm doing this, I just came out from that. My Outlook was blocked because some message came that you are violated that. While I'm doing these steps, whatever you are just told me to do, what is the reason why I got that message? Again, I entered into that Outlook again once.
What
It
error
was
you
blocked
exactly got?
actually. Yeah, while I'm doing the steps, whatever you suggested, so in the middle, Outlook was blocked. Some of the rules are violated, like that message I received. What is the reason?
I'm not sure what is it, but it's least likely it is telling rules. I mean, you violated rules and you got logged out automatically. You're telling. I'm not. Can you do one thing? If you have a screenshot, can you share it in the chat? Okay, that is very least likely to happen.
I just
You
unblocked
may
it.
get
Right.
yeah, blocking usually don't happen. You will get
I
error in deployment.
I want to know why.
Yeah, if I want to explain you why I
No. I don't
need to
know.
know what exactly happened now.
Yeah, simple thing, sir. While I'm
You're
creating
telling
this
suddenly.
virtual machine, yeah, my Outlook was blocked it while you're.
What do you mean by blocked it? You got
The
a
rules of
message. We are
Outlook.
blocking it.
Halvin, hi.
Yeah.
Yes, your Microsoft Outlook was blocked.
Okay.
Yeah, so
ma'am,
yeah, can you help it?
Yes. So, ma'am, this might be a problem with your Outlook email ID. You need to get your email ID authenticated from your mobile number. So once your email ID is authenticated,
Without
because
mobile
see,
number I created.
yes.
Yeah. Might be.
Because
I
most
didn't
of
use the mobile number. Only I
right
just
now,
created it.
right now, most of the we are hitting on the Microsoft site for a longer duration. We all have created an email ID right now. So email. So what Microsoft thinks, it's a spam email ID creating in the last 3-4 hours. So what we can do, we can authenticate our email ID that this email ID is genuine, and all the work related to that email ID will be genuine. This you need to do now.
Yeah. That's same thing I done. After that, I just resolved that problem. Thank you. Right.
Yeah, it's very least
Thanks for the
likely to occur.
clarification.
Yeah. Sometimes you also get like session expert. Okay, if you take a lot of time to configure, sometimes you also get the session expert option. So that time also you have to start from the beginning. Okay. So if you see, this is the status of all the virtual machines running. So if you see that, see East US, many have already used. Central India is used here. So all these machines, you can see the status here, creating, running. Okay, I'm happy that many have created. Okay, you can see 37 records. Yeah. So I'll also just try with a different region quickly. Okay, so it will be a recap for those who have missed also. Okay, some sir was requesting. Sir, just search for virtual machine in the.
Sir, how to get here in Microsoft Azure?
Go to portal.azure.com, sir. So once you accepted the invitation, go to portal.azure.com. Okay. Then once you get, you'll get a screen like this. Okay. Home screen. From there, you can search for virtual machines. Okay, you can click create. You can choose the first option, Azure virtual machine. Okay. So name. Yeah. So you can name it with your name, Helvin's machine. I'll quickly go with it because we already discussed it. So region, okay, I'm choosing a different region. Okay. So let me choose West India. Okay, so no infrastructure redundancy required. Yes, ma'am. Standard security.
I'm not able to this because mail ID is not added by maybe authority. After that, one more is problem is that I didn't have received invitation for Outlook.
If you haven't received invitation, please be patient, ma'am. We are providing it in the backend. You can note down the steps. Yes.
Just to add, Helvin, so those faculty members who have still not yet received the email ID or invitation for this cloud subscription, request you to please share your email IDs again in the chat box. We will be providing.
Sir. And For LMS also, I have login twice. So they are showing that you are already registered, but I am not able to log in with the test at 1234.
LMS we'll take, ma'am. We will wind up this one, then we'll discuss about LMS, please.
Oh, okay. Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Sure. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. Sometimes what happen? No, you choose the region, everything, but you won't be able to choose this B1S. Okay, B1S. Okay, it's not coming only. So that is the meaning of this. Means the okay, this region is also completely used by our fellow people. Okay, your colleagues have used it. So what we can use? Try another region. Hopefully, I'll go with Canada. If anybody have used it, not sure. Yeah. So availability is on. No infrastructure redundancy required. Security basic standard and Windows 10 Pro. Yeah, now you can see it is available. Okay, B1S is available. So if it is not available, if your machine deployment is failing, just repeat the process, try a different region. That's it. Okay, so I'll quickly create it because otherwise this region also somebody may take it off. So yeah, so try different regions. You can go to the virtual machine screen. You can see how many virtual machines are created there. So you can use a region which is not used by them. Okay. So choose a licensing. Okay, I explained all these details in detail, all the settings. So I'll just create quickly go. Okay. So we know that we don't have to change anything here, right? We can just what you can do, you can directly go to here, review plus create. Okay. So if you don't have to make any changes in any of this, you can quickly, it's a shortcut. You can directly go for review and create. Okay, but once verify. See, you can see the cost is a little different because I choose a different region. Previously it was 0.8 point something. So now it's 0.9. Like little Canada region is little higher than East US. Okay, then you can just verify everything. Okay, nothing is there. Okay, all things are fine. Yeah, so we can try for creating. Yeah, so you can see here in the notification bar initializing deployment. Okay, last time I got a error message, so hopefully, yeah. Yes, ma'am.
Sir, excuse me, sir.
Yeah,
Sorry.
virtual network
Your-
name supposed to become on our behalf of our name now, but I am getting
Yes,
other
yes.
name, like why, sir?
It's okay. So why? Because no, if no virtual network is there, it will automatically create a virtual network for your machine. But since all of us are using same resource group, somebody have already created a virtual network, right? So sometime what Azure do automatically allocate you to some of the network in your same resource group. Okay, so maybe I my network is see I am the first person to create a virtual machine. Suppose imagine. So it will create a virtual network for me, Helvin machine virtual network. So later somebody following me, somebody using the same resource group, same region. Okay, so these people will get choice to choose the previously created virtual network. Okay, so if
then
you
we have
don't,
to either do the different region.
yes, but it's okay. You can go with somebody else's virtual network. Absolutely no issue there. Okay, it's not like they can access your system or something. Not a issue. As I said, the virtual network comes to play only you want to group the machines and do something in general. Okay, so now today we are focusing on the individual machine. Okay, so if still you are peculiar that I want to go with my own virtual network, there will be option to create virtual network. You can just click that and you can fill that also. Okay, so I wouldn't suggest it now because we are running out of time. Yeah, so you can see deployment in progress. Okay, so let's hope it will get successful. So once you get successful, you'll get a message there, go to resource. So what is the step? Okay, we have successfully created a machine. So now we want to connect to that machine. So that is what we are going to do. We need to connect to this particular virtual machine. So you need to be patient because many people are creating at the same time. So deployment may take a few minutes. You can also check the progress here also. Okay, you can see that. So it's been 2 minutes since I submitted. Okay, so if I go to virtual machines, If I refresh this page, see 56 records found. Okay, 56 virtual machines have been created. Okay. So many are running, many, okay, somebody have used Linux. I request you not to use Linux. Somebody have used DS1 price. Bhargavi ma'am, please don't use any other size. Okay, rest everybody is using standard V1S. Yeah, thank you for others. So please try to stick to the same configuration we are telling. Okay, shared in the chat box, same configuration, please stick to that. Okay, my deployment is taking little more than usual. So meanwhile, I'll just reshare it. Also, I'll show you something else interesting. Okay.
Sir, I have one doubt. How we know that our deployment is done? That is our mission.
Show, yeah, it will tell here, ma'am. It will tell you that deployment is completed. Go to resource, like that it will come.
So will you show the page to me, sir? Resources showing. I don't know that is my name or because I didn't give 153 the extension, but it's showing 153. Maybe other also created in the same name. I'm not sure about.
No, ma'am. Once you create, submit your resource, no deployment. Yeah. See, you will automatically get this page where you see the status. So one deployment is completed, you can see that.
Actually, I come out from the login. Again, I re-login.
Okay. Okay. If you want to go find your machine, then go to virtual machine. Search here. Okay, search here with your name.
That is my name, or maybe others also created in the same name. I confused because it's having 153 at the end. That's why.
Yeah, it could have. Somebody else also might have created.
Yeah,
so just
same name.
Yeah. So what you can do? Try the click on that machine. You click on the machine which is created.
Okay.
And you can try connecting to that. Okay, if your login details are successfully connecting, then that is your machine.
Okay, so that's where I have to click, sir.
Yeah, I will tell you. I'll tell you how to connect. Yes, yes. Yeah. So once your machine is deployed, go to resource.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Then you'll see overview page here. Overview.
Okay, sir.
So you will see here, Zoom, if you see public IP address.
Okay.
So using this IP address, we are going to connect to our machine.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. So all of you, I will just show you how to connect. Just pay attention. We are running out of time. I know. I request you to give me like 5 to 10 minutes. I'll just finish it. Okay. So yeah. So what you have to do once your machine is deployed, get the public IP address of your machine. There are so many other things we can see, but for now, we'll just take this IP address. Okay, just take the IP address. Then go to your start menu. You go to your start menu of your system, Windows start menu. Search for remote desktop connection. A remote desktop connection. So all the Windows systems automatically comes pre-installed with the remote desktop connection software, RDP software. Just open this. You'll getting a screen like this. Okay, remote desktop connection. Just paste your IP address there. Okay, search for remote desktop in your start menu. Open the remote desktop connection. Paste your IP address. See this IP address I took from the overview page of my virtual machine. Paste it here. Click connect. Click connect. So you'll be getting a login screen like this. So here there is something very important you have to note down. Okay, don't directly type your virtual machine password here. See that username coming Helvin MG. Okay, this is my local machine username. Okay, by default, this username is coming. If I try to log in with this username to my machine, will it allow me? It won't allow me because there I have given the username Helvin. So what I have to do, go to more choices here. You go to more choices here. Okay. Click use a different account. Click use a different account. There you have to type your admin credentials. You have to type your admin credentials, which you have set for your machine. Okay, so Helvin and test@1234567. Okay, I'll show the process again, don't worry. And if I click OK, see my local machine is going to make a connection to my virtual machine. So it will give a warning like this. Okay, do you want to trust this connection? Okay, so it will give a verification confirmation screen. You have to click yes. Okay, don't worry about it. You only created your virtual machine. You are only going to connect. There is no issue of trust here. So just click yes. Okay, so it will load like for some time. Okay, then you will be getting a screen. Your virtual machine will be opening up. Yeah, so you can see a black screen here. So wait for some time. Our machine is loading. You can see that login. Okay, so where it is login, you can see the red rectangle. Okay, that is this screen. What I'm seeing is my virtual machine login screen. Okay, so I have a request to all those who successfully deployed your virtual machine, take a screenshot and paste it in the chat. Okay, just a successful deployment. If you get, just paste it in the chat box, take a screenshot and paste it in the chat box. And those who are able to connect, okay, those who are able to connect like this login screen, take a screenshot of that and paste it. Okay, I'll again repeat the connection process.
Once again, you want
Don't
to
worry.
repeat now? Yeah,
Yes,
please,
yes,
please.
sure.
Yeah,
Sure.
repeat.
I'll repeat. Yeah, I'll repeat it. Yeah, meanwhile, you can share the screenshot.
Good
Yeah.
afternoon.
So,
Good afternoon. Good
yeah.
afternoon. So this is Martanda from Andhra Pradesh. So I'm facing
Hello, sir. I'm getting an error while selecting the size.
If you're getting an error while selecting the size, change the region and try again, sir. Okay, so I'll just minimize it. Okay, I'll just minimize it. Yeah, you can see my setup screen is coming. Everything is coming. Okay, I won't do it now. I'll just minimize it and I will repeat again how to connect. Okay, so go to overview. Go to overview page. So the virtual machine, select your virtual machine, Helvin's machine, overview page. Okay. Take your public IP address, copy it. Come to your Windows menu, search for remote desktop. Okay, there is another method also. I will show that also. So search for remote desktop connection. Click on that. Paste your IP address. Okay, paste your virtual machine IP address here. I hope you can see this. So paste is here. Click connect.
Hi, Alvin. Just
Yes.
an interaction, yeah. So I'm receiving a lot of queries from the faculty members that they are accepting the invitation, and whenever they are accepting the invitation, it is landing them to another tab which says My Apps. So just to for your information, all the faculty members, you are doing the correct steps. You need to accept the invitation. As soon as you accept the invitation, a new tab will open saying My Apps. What you need to do, you need to open another tab and then write portal.azure.com. My Apps is correct. There is not an issue with that. You can open a new tab, write portal.azure.com, and you will be landing on our Azure portal. Then you can find out for subscription. After finding out of a subscription, you will get a subscription pay as you go, and you can start utilizing this Azure for your practicals. Sure.
Sir, while I'm creating this create virtual machine, because of some size issue, I changed the area. Now I am at advanced tab. So after coming that, when I entered into the tags option, what I have to write here? Some name, value, resources are there. What should I have
No
to
need, ma'am. It is not mandatory, ma'am. Tags are just optional. You can skip it. So basically, apart from the basic option, you don't have to change anything as of now. I was just explaining it. What is the purpose of it? For creation, practically, you don't have to change anything apart from our basic tab. Okay, ma'am. Yeah. So, yeah. Once you click connect, okay. Once you click connect, yes, ma'am.
Then after that, review plus create is there, that after clicking that, I can able to see the price for that VM. Then finally, I have
Yes,
to
yes.
click the create.
Yeah, once you check that all options are correct, the price is coming 1 rupee per hour approximately. If you are seeing that, you're good to go.
8.63.
0.863, no? Yeah, it is okay.
8.63.
8.63.
Ma'am, you
Yes.
have used the virtual machine having the higher configuration.
Yeah.
Ma'am, please change that.
How should I do that?
Ma'am,
Ma'am, you
yeah, I'm sharing these things, ma'am. Just stick to this configuration. Okay, so I'm sharing it again in this one. Okay,
I
size
already
of the
clicked
virtual
that.
machine. You must have choose D1S or something else. Go to B1S. Okay, try to go with size B1S and availability so option like this. Yeah.
My question here is, I already clicked the create button. Now, how should I change that?
You can just go back, ma'am. You can click on the top. You see, basics, networking management. At any point of time, you can go back if you haven't clicked create yet.
I
Once
just
you
already
submit
clicked the.
okay, then you can do anything. Yeah, once you submit it for deployment, then you cannot change it.
How can we see all the operation detail? I mean, how can we see that all the things, whatever we selected? Is there any way? Like what I selected, what area I selected?
Yes, ma'am. You can go to virtual machines. So all the machines created till now will list here. Okay, so your machine also once it deployed, it will come here. Okay. So here you can see location, status, operating system size, etc. So this size is that plan which you choose. Okay. Then if I want to know about my mission, I can just search for Helvin. Okay. So I can choose my mission here. Canada Central. Yeah. So if I choose the mission, then you can see the summary. Yes,
Helvin, we are also running out of time. 1:30 is the time to wind up the session, and Saswatan would also need 15 hours to discuss about the LMS. We can proceed and wind up the session.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. So I'll do one thing, faculties. This connection procedure. Please ask me.
Sir, one thing is I have a Mac, so can I do a remote desktop connection first of all?
MacBook, yeah, you may not have this RDP software. You may have to use another third-party software. So this RDP is installed only for Windows.
Yes. So I have to install something for doing that, or
yes, sir. You can go to Mac. No, ma'am. You can go to Mac Store and search for RDP there.
Okay. One thing. Second thing, I am not able to, copy the screenshot on this chat here.
Okay, no problem, ma'am. If possible, you can do that. Yeah, faculties, please excuse me. We are running out of time. So I told you this connection procedure. I will do one thing. Connection steps I'll share in the chat also and also in WhatsApp group. So you can try once. And if you have any doubts regarding that, okay, if you have any issues, we will discuss it tomorrow. Okay, when we start the session, we'll just revise it today's topics. Okay, I know that you will have queries. Please stick with me because we are running out of time. So the connection procedure, there is an alternative way to connect. I will share that also in the chat. Okay.
Sir?
So that, yes, ma'am.
Sir, can we get the recording of this session?
Yes, ma'am. Surely. You will get the recording of the session.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. So yeah, I think I will just wind up. So thank you all for your patience and doing along with me. So Shashwadan, I'm sorry I have taken a little more time, but I'm handing over to you.
Yeah.
Sir, whether we need to shut down the machine.
Regarding the resources you created, we will be cleaning it after like 2 o'clock. So yeah, we will be doing that from our end. So you may not be accessible the same thing after some time. Yeah, you don't have to do anything. Yeah.
Okay.
But then for the parts
Thanks.
which are not optional for us, what about that? Hello?
Helvin, there is a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Your line is on mute.
Yeah, actually,
Yes,
like I created the virtual machine, but I'm not able to connect it via remote connection.
No worries, ma'am. I am sharing the steps. Okay, 2 different steps I'm sharing in the chat. You can try again. and get back to me tomorrow if you have any issues.
Okay, because you said you will be cleaning the resource, so I was a bit
No,
concerned.
no, we will be cleaning after like 30 minutes. Till the time you can try to make a connection.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Sure. Thank you so much, Elvin, for this wonderful session, and thank you so much all the participants for making this session very interactive and very engaging. I know like still a lot of people are sitting with a lot of questions because we have like 800 plus participants. It's not that easy to clarify all your doubts because I'm keep getting messages saying like, sir, this is my Outlook ID, do this, do that, give me a subscription, etc., etc. So I'm just thinking, Shashank, do we have this ask me anything question? I mean, session from today or it's from tomorrow?
Sasudan, let's start the session from tomorrow.
Okay.
Plan it.
Sure, great. So what we can do, maybe today we can call it up, like, I mean, call the day, and we can also start the session tomorrow at 9:20. And what we can do from tomorrow onwards, we can have a separate 45 minutes discussion after the session. That is like around 2:30 we can start the session, or 2 o'clock we can start the session. And that session is going to be only clarifying your doubts. From the morning tomorrow 9:30 to 1:30, we will have a regular question, I mean regular sessions where you can also clarify your doubts. But apart from that, if you still have any doubts after doing your practicals, after doing your exercise, if you're having any questions also, we will send you, we can also again meet again just to clarify your doubts for 45 minutes. Okay, that will be happen from tomorrow. But for today, we can call off the day. And thank you so much for all your participation. And now we will take 15 minutes of time to talk about the LMS challenges, because I got, you don't believe me, I got like 50 to 60 WhatsApp messages saying like, sir, give me the LMS registration link, give me that, give me this. So it would be like very, very difficult for me to talk to you like individually in the WhatsApp group, clarifying your doubts. I understand your challenges, but please understand my situation. It's not that easy to talk to the people individually. You may think like you are the only person asking the doubt, but it's not. I am getting like 50 to 60 messages, and I feel very bad not to respond to some of the questions also. I'm extremely sorry for that because I don't have the bandwidth to solve all your queries individually. But now we will use the time. If you have any questions, please stay back about the LMS, about marking the attendance, about anything related to LMS, we can solve the queries. And but still, if you're not able to ask your question, I can also share you some Google form where you can also put your queries. But now, formally, we are closing the day one session. If you're done with that sessions, you can also take leave, because I have also seen almost like 450 or 500 participants have marked their attendance. So I hope like you don't have any questions. So we can also take leave from this link, and we are officially closing the today's session. And Helvin, I kindly request you to stop recording also. But if you have any questions, on LMS, please stay back. I can be here till 2 o'clock and I can help you to solve the queries.